Ah, yes, come in, please.
Hi. Listen. I've been under the weather recently.
All right, go on.
And I don't know, I've been feeling a little bit of a cough. My throat's been hurting a little bit. My back's it's been sore.
I already have your diagnosis.
I haven't really told you much, but go on.
I diagnose you with the gay.
でもそんなんじゃダメもうそんなんじゃほら心は進化するよもっともっと
In West Philadelphia, born and raised on the playground is where I spent most of my days. Chilling out, maxing, relaxing, all cooling, all shooting some b-ball outside.
We're back.
It's been too long.
Actually, really long. Yeah. Sorry. Work.
We've been screwed.
Not really screwed. More like you ever been to a doctor's office, right? And your doctor's ever done your rectal exam, but for some reason both of his hands were on your shoulders when he was doing it?
Oh God, no.
It was kind of like that. It was kind of like that. Anyways, ladies, gentlemen, kobolds, lizard people, changelings, I don't care who you are as long as you're listening. Vincent's here.
Along with Meta.
And it's been too long. Too long.
Way too long.
We do apologize. Due to the fact that we had a lot of work. Meta was in between jobs. And I was getting fucked over at my job. I still am, but I have more free time thanks to that. Surprisingly, when you're the retail's bitch, eventually Big Jim gives you a little bit of a Gatorade break. So,
and of course, if you try to leave the retail, then they're like, "Oh no, but I always loved you, bitch. Where were you then?"
to be fair, they do love me, but I'm just a corporate slave.
Well, I was a corporate
Beep boop,
slave,
beep boop.
and the funny thing is, when I went to my new job, actually, they were so desperate to keep me that the manager at the time was considering raising my pay from $9 an hour to $14 an hour to match my new place.
But they couldn't do it. There wasn't in the budget.
Nope.
No, we can't sell. No, we can't.
Nope. I sold you millions of dollars of stuff a year, and you wouldn't be able to raise my paycheck a few bucks an hour, so bye!
No, we can't sell crack cocaine on the side. We gotta like sell the jewelries. So I feel like I think it's best we start off with what we've been up to up until now. Because when was the last time we recorded? Not counting the secret episode, which were, I think, maybe scrapped due to the fact that it was not recorded all that great.
Yeah, no, I needed to work on that. Do you want to explain what that was, or should we save it for another time?
I'll explain it, but I feel like we should hold on to it because I feel like it's questionable at best.
Yeah.
It was a ride along episode. We can talk some of it right here.
Yeah. So basically, what Vince and I did was we like to have weird conversations when we drive around.
Think of it like similar to I'm not sure if you heard comedians in the car going to get coffee.
Pretty much, yeah.
It's similar like that. Similar. Not as good, but similar.
Yeah, pretty much. So I had my microphone set up on the dashboard so that we would talk while driving. But the problem is the way that it was set, it rumbled so much at every stop.
The car rumbled. A lot of the traffic. People were assholes honking all the damn time.
So, a usual New York traffic.
I will say the one topic we can bring up, I feel like we can bring up, since we've been gone for so long, and since you might not see this, more than likely will not see that episode, I feel like the two topics I might as well bring up, just to give them a little hint of what it was. What was our waifus that we grew up with, our first waifus, air quotes, that we grew up with as a kid, or kids.
Oh man, those were some memories.
I think we can list them off. Obviously, we had a list, but it was on the spot.
Yeah.
So
it
I
wasn't
think
the
we could
best.
just list them off, but not like have a top 10 or top 5, whatever. This isn't Watch Mojo or anything.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Behind the Top 10 List.
I think, okay, we can all agree that Kim Possible was like,
Oh, yeah,
at
definitely.
the very least, a lot of guys' first choices.
Oh, she was up there, definitely.
And then there was, for me, we can all agree on this one too. Jenny from My Life as a Teenage Robot.
Oh, she's a bombshell, literally.
I thought she was. I think she's adorable how she acts like that.
She really is. I think another one that we can all agree to, at least at some point, was you remember Space Jam? Lola Bunny?
Lola Bunny. I feel like a little bit of fur. I think that's what's kicked off the furry thing with a lot of people. Not that I have a problem with them. It's just, I feel like Lola Bunny is what kicked it off for a lot of. What the fuck was that? A lot of people.
In case you missed it, we just saw a demon leave Vince's mouth.
That tends to happen. Don't worry about it.
Okay. It's a common thing.
It's a very common thing. That's why I can't go to churches. So you were talking about so you said besides these cartoon ones, is there any more cartoon ones you had to list off? For me, of course, there was like the Puffy Ami girls, which were the actual band members technically, but also they're not.
Oh, and the twin sisters from Johnny Test. Like, I don't know why, but twins are just the twins are amazing.
A lot of Oron High School Host Club fans will agree with you.
For the wrong reasons, but yes.
And speaking of segues, so again, I think it's better to go back to the other topic we had, was waifus we have now, or at least what we were watching from playing video games and anime from these past few years or whatever. You go first because I already started off on that one. I feel like it's a little fair if I have you go on.
In animes or in video games?
I can have both. Why not? It was in the list in the car. It's just we didn't finish it.
In video games, I would have to say, in Fire Emblem Awakening, Olivia and Sumia are definitely best girls.
You had a tough choice between the two, didn't you?
I had a tough choice, but the big problem is with Olivia, she appears so late in the game. Like, literally, she appears...
At least in the first act.
In the first half of the game. She appears at the very end of the final battle there. So, you already have so much time with these other waifus that when you finally see her, it's like... But I want her now! But I already love this one! Don't make me choose!
Oh yeah, because you thought the game was almost over when you got to that point, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, Fire Emblem has a lot more to go.
Yeah, I thought that it was like the very end of the game, and it's like, oh shit, that's like a fifth of the game.
I'd say it's like a fourth, like 1/4.
Yeah,
because you're almost done with it now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I've romanced anybody in Awakening because I was getting there.
Mm-hmm.
Or I was getting to know. I didn't know about the system until later on. I didn't know about it until I think right before I gave you the copy. But I can tell you the ones I liked from the other games, the other Fire Emblem games that came out after, like Azura, the blue-haired singer.
Oh yeah,
I liked her.
her.
I remember her. I think I had a tough call between her and Rinka. For some reason, girls with muscles like that for some reason, but also off put because she was in a different tribe, but she's like, don't talk to me. I'm like, you're making me want to talk to you more now, don't you? Not in a rapey way, but just talk. They did.
In Fire Emblem world, no means yes.
That's not how it works. That's not how any of this. None of this works like that.
It's logic. It's the reason.
And the recent one, Echoes. There's a canon ship, so you can't really romance other people.
Mm-hmm.
But the recent one is actually really good, and it's just there's a lot more stuff than the previous games. I think other than that, what else? Other games or anime you've watched? Actually, let me go off because you're chewing on that for a second.
Food Wars Megami.
Megami, yeah, we have to finish that, of course. I already finished it twice, but we need to finish it. You need to finish the third one, or rather your first one, but my third one. We need to finish that. We're almost done, actually. We're like episode 16 out of 22 or something like that.
Yeah.
And then season 3 is done. So you were saying why did you choose Mega? Oh, here. Actually, no. Hang on.
You can sum up the reason I chose Megami in one scene.
I was gonna say one thing. So before there was a time when I had him and another friend. We all went to his house, and we decided to like just watch random anime. And I'm like, hey guys, you've ever watched Food Wars? And they're like, no, what's that? And I'm like, well, here's what it is. It's basically food porn, the anime. Like,
It really is. It literally is.
You can't get any better than that. My other friend, let's call her Vivi for now.
Yeah.
That's not her real name, but it's whatever. Vivi wasn't really all that into it. She thought it was okay, but she wasn't all that great. James and myself, of course, I already watched it before, was interested in this idea of this weird cooking show. And I told him if he wants to continue, I already know his waifu and her name's Megumi. He's like, no, how do you know that, bro? Then we get to like episode 8, and he's like, fuck you.
That's pretty much how it is. Like I don't know why, but Vince has like this thing where he can tell like the characters that I relate to or that I love within the first few episodes.
Not just you, to any people I know.
Like,
it's my quirk.
My Hero Academia reference.
Got him. Now I can't wait to hang myself.
Don't worry, I'll do that for you. Anyways, so there was another instance where that happened. We were in high school, and you said, "Hey, Meta."
Oh, yeah, it was senior year.
Yeah, senior year. You were saying, "Hey, you would like this anime Ore Monogatari," which translates literally to my love story.
And he's like, "What's that? Like, why would you think that?" I'm like, "Because you remind me of the main protagonists of the show."
So I go home and I watch an episode and I reply, "Fuck you."
You watched like 1 or 2, and I got a message, and you're like, "You're right. Fuck you." I'm like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "I'm watching the show. Fuck you."
Yeah, so it's somewhat of a hidden talent of Vince.
But the thing is, it's kind of useless if you think about it. Like, I can't apply it in real world. Like, I can't put it on my resume. So what are your skills? Let's see. I'm a sociable person. I know what to do. I'm a hard worker, and I can tell who your wife is in the first few seconds of meeting you. You're hired.
All right. Also, Persona 4 Episode 3. You're gonna love her.
Well, I had a feeling. I didn't know who you would like. Yeah, I didn't know who you would like. I didn't know if you were gonna like Naoto or Yukiko. That's the thing, because they're both similar, but I think Naoto has her own little quirk about wanting to oh, should I move closer like this?
No, you're fine. I just wanted to move
here?
the microphone a little closer to you.
Like right here?
No, you're good.
No,
You're good.
That's the thing. Right here's fine.
Yeah, I just shifted the microphone a little bit because it was closer to me and I was getting more gain.
We're not good on preparing.
I need a better setup. Give us money. Donate to Patreon in the link below.
Don't actually do it, because I don't want to end up like Darkside Phil, please. Darkside Phil, when he started getting monetized, he asked people to watch his videos, or like to give him money essentially by doing that, which is against the monetization rules. I forgot what he said exactly, but there's a rule in the monetization thing where you're not supposed to e-beg, essentially, right? You can say, if you like my video, you should check out the other videos, or something like that, right? But you can't say...
Or say if you want to donate a little extra, then the Patreon, but not like, hey, give me money, please.
Essentially, that's what he did. And he got monetization, and within a few hours later, he lost it because of e-begging. And the scummier thing is he tried to make a second account where he can get monetized, and that failed. Darkside Phil, if you're watching, nobody likes you. You're not funny, and your gameplay sucks. Also, if you're gonna jack off on stream, best to turn off the fucking camera.
Darkside, I diagnose you with the gay.
He did jack off on stream. He didn't know the camera was on. He didn't know. All you saw was his face.
I'm just gonna cover up this webcam because I don't know how long it's been watching me now.
Well, you haven't been streaming. And the funny part, he was like, "Oh shit, the camera's on." I'm like, "Oh no."
Oh shit, the camera's on.
By the way, he's 40.
Oh
yeah. So
I'm not even good looking.
Well, no, what? Well, he's like, I don't know. He's like 36 or some shit like that. Like I would tell him, he is a meme. I'll tell you that he is a if you're gonna watch him, don't watch him. Does that make sense?
His dank levels are off the charts.
I think of it like this: if you're gonna watch his stuff, I recommend watching people who put "This is how you don't play whatever game." If you see a series called "This is how you don't play," it's mostly about Dark Side Phil playing a game horribly. And the thing is, watch those videos because they're from other people who did all the work of putting the compilation together. You know, because it's entertaining, but it's also cringe. By entertaining, not for the right sense, but just to see how bad he is. Like, he died to a boss, I think in Bloodborne, like 40 times. Like, here's the thing: Bloodborne's hard, right? It's hard, but no way can you die to a boss 40 times. No way. It's impossible.
No.
I think at that point you should just stop playing the game. And that's probably a little harsh. Yeah, it's probably not a thing about it. No, you're right. You should get good. Get good is the right word. Get good. Get good.
Get her done.
So, what
We're on waifus.
Yeah. Going back to a more pleasurable topic.
You know, the topic that we literally jerk off to.
I'd rather not tell people what I do on my free time. So we did anime, right? Or have you tried?
Well, I did some of my anime ones. What are some of yours?
What are my anime? Oh yeah, fuck.
Oh, and can we also say Katara from Avatar? She is also a big waifu.
I guess if I go back to cartoons briefly, I guess the most recent one is I just finished watching, or I'm all caught up on Star versus the Forces of Evil. So I guess in cartoons, as of recently, it is Hekapu. I don't really know how to describe her. She's red hair, short horns. That's all you gotta say.
Red hair, short what?
Red hair, short, and has horns.
Horns. Okay, I
Yes.
thought you said porn.
There is porn of her.
Oh,
but,
of course.
She has horns, and I think she's funny. I think she's pretty hot. Star, I think Scar's one of those girls where I'm like, she's just a friend to me. And then there's just so many fucking girls in that show. Jeez, it's like Marco has a harem in that show. It's insane.
There's probably porn of that somewhere.
I'm not doubting you, but I'm not gonna look. But anime, I think. Ooh, that's actually a tough one because it's been so long.
Oh, I also forgot one from cartoons.
Oh,
Ember from Danny Phantom.
Oh, right.
She was
right.
a babe.
He chose her at the end. You know that? Yeah, they kiss at the end.
Really?
The end of the show.
Ember? You're not talking about Sam, right?
Oh, right. Sorry. Sorry, I think it was the wrong person.
Yeah, Sam is the goth one. Ember is the one who has fire hair. She was a babe.
You know she died. You know she killed herself.
Yeah, that was a dark implication.
Oh yeah, she was hot.
No,
she was hot.
Was that a pun?
No, like I'm not lying. She is hot.
Okay.
I honestly, like I said, the cartoons back then made me go like, it made any guy go like, I don't like girls, ew, as a kid, and then all of a sudden like, I like all the girls. It's like that. It's simple. It's all it takes. Yeah, Sam is what I meant to say. Sorry. It's been so long since I watched Danny Phantom. So yeah, I think I don't know about anime though.
Well, I know for one Persona you have
Yeah, but Persona's mostly a game though. That's the thing. I'm trying to think of an anime.
Oh, okay.
What was the last anime I watched? Fuck.
Fuck?
Yeah.
Or as they say in Japanese, fuku.
I guess more recently, Albedo from Overlord. I just think she's funny and she's attractive and she's passionate. I think she's pretty cool. And if you hear Hunter in the background, sorry about that. Doggone, I think he needs to be let out.
Yeah, you can take care of the poochie.
In the meantime, I'm closer to the door. So in the meantime, keep the audience busy. Don't do your fucking ASMR shit while I'm gone.
I am doing a Dr. ASMR. Today we are going to be checking your prostate. Sorry about that. That is just my my nurse in the background. She's a little bit feisty today. And how are you doing today? I see that you're diagnosed with a cough.
It's super uncomfortable when you do that, honestly. Yes, he's still outside.
He
So,
just burst through like friggin' some.
list of audio devices connected to the system has changed. Do you want to change? No, we do not.
No, we do not.
Thank
We just
you
want to
for
keep
the
playing.
option. I appreciate you.
That was a weird little thing.
Yeah.
I think I need to check some power things on my setup right now, but that'll be besides the point.
Are we still recording?
Yeah, we're still recording.
Because making sure, because I ain't gonna go on this whole tangent about knowing what your waifus are and then find out I have to replay the whole fucking thing. Even then, I wouldn't really do it because it just kind of defeats the purpose. He's still outside, by the way, so
Yeah,
I might have to go back out there and get him soon.
All right, so you were saying?
Yeah, that was basically it. Recently, what's her fucking name? Chihara, I think, or Chiharu. I forgot her name was. The girl from Death Parade, the black-haired girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think she's actually quite nice, and I liked her a lot.
Death Parade is such a bait and switch of an anime.
You only saw episode 1, right?
I've seen a few episodes of it.
Yeah, it's like the opening's so happy, it's so cheerful, when all of a sudden...
Oh god, no! No!
And the ending actually shows its true colors, where it's just a bunch of dolls falling apart, and literally the point of the song is, I'm not gonna make it. Like, it's just like, oh, okay. Okay, alright, this is the road we're going. I can't really think of any anime waifus at the moment. I'll probably go home, be like, just chilling, eating some breakfast, eating some dinner for breakfast, and I'll be like, fuck, it was this person. So I remember, I guess, if I have to go with games recently, I'd say 2B from Nier, and 6-0 from Nier. I think 6-0 isn't really a playable character, but she's an operator, and I think she's actually quite adorable.
Yeah, in terms of games, well, they're... I know that in Persona, technically, that's what I said for anime, but in Persona, that's definitely Yukiko. Persona 4, at least. Persona 5, I've tried to expose myself to Persona 5, but I don't know the characters enough. But I'd have to say, Vince, who's the teacher girl in Persona 5?
Miss Kawakami.
Kawakami. Yeah, I think that so far she's waifu for me.
Best, I'd say, I like to split up my waifus with main from party to non-party. Okay, so in case any of you are wondering, don't spoil it in the comments for him below. To be fair, spoilers don't ruin anything for you.
No, they don't.
So, but to be fair, I'm not gonna spoil anything though. I'd say best girl in party, Makoto, hands down, no problem. Best girl out of party, that's the trickier one. I think
because there's so many girls in Persona 5.
9 in total you can romance,
and all of them are like enjoyable for their own reasons, aren't they?
Well, technically 7 because I don't think Oya and Chihaya are all that great. I mean, cool. You gotta date a cute older woman. Sure, why not, right? But Oya, I keep saying Ohaya.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Because I'm combining the names of Chihaya and Oya.
Which one's the doctor one that?
Dr. Legs. You mean Dr. Takemi?
Diagnose me, Dr. Takemi.
There have been. Okay. Here, I'm not really a masochist, but there are plenty of times when I've talked to Dr. Takemi and I'm like, just please step on me. Yes. Like, I have never felt that way in my life until recently. Step on me. She calls you guinea pig a lot. So I have a feeling she's into some freaky shit.
That is... I don't even know.
That's why they nicknamed her Dr. Legs, because she has really long legs. Slim, slender, nice legs. But again, I guess in party it can be tricky. I mean, it's easier for me because I can easily choose Makoto, and that's a little bit biased. I feel like I wouldn't mind people choosing Futaba. I don't mind choosing Futaba, but the thing is, there are some days I think Futaba's adorable and I would date her, and there are some days I think she's a little sister. So, like, I don't know. Then there's
So sometimes she's a waifu, sometimes she's a little sister.
Essentially, non-blood related, so it's okay. So, because there are plenty of scenes where you see a girl and and you see her, and she's adorable, and you would want to date her. Then there's scenes where you see her, and you're like, you just want to protect her because she's like a little sis.
And then there are days when you see a girl and you're like,
let me smash.
I think An's okay. I think An's more of her friend though. She's pretty, but like, her. I'll say one thing about that one of my few things I don't like about Persona 5 is that a lot of the social links or confidants, they're they're just they're not. They always involve you helping somebody out, but not actually helping them. Like there are only a few of them, but like if you're talking to Ryuji, you're talking to him, and then you're making sure the track team doesn't get fucked over again. But you don't really talk to Ryuji all that much, except towards the beginning and towards the end. And that's what I don't like. That's one thing I don't like, is because in Persona 4, you actually get to know the person. Like I think my favorite social link in Persona 4, Chie's waifu, but her social link was not that great. I think Yosuke's and Naoto's, Kanji's, and I think
say Yukiko. Say Yukiko.
No, I actually don't think hers is all that great either.
Vince, I will cut you.
Hers was just basically I wanna do my own thing.
Vince, I will cut you.
I wanna start my own thing. I wanna go to school. Then she's like, never mind, because I don't want to be known as the girl that inherits the end. Then towards the end, never mind, I'll inherit the end. That's to me, that's just okay. That's not a bad girl. Personally, I think she's a nice girl. But that's it. I wouldn't date her. I just wouldn't date her, personally. You can date her. That's perfectly fine. I like how you called her dibs, and I'm like, shit, you can have her. I don't care.
Who would not want her? I just really peaked the mic on that one.
I'd rather have Rize, personally. I actually I like Rize's just as well. I think Rize, although it kind of ties into, like, it's not about her, kind of, but it is about her. You know what I mean? Where, like, she's worried that one of the parts of the social link, she's like, there's this fan that always messages me or sends me letters, and she always talks about how she always gets bullied at school, how she's always treated horribly, her parents really don't do anything, but she says my music helps her a lot, and she even messages me when she's in pain, and she messages me when, she's making sure I'm okay because I took the hiatus, and I'm like, and that's nice, that's sweet. I like Rize, although Rize is kind of forward, as you saw in the animation.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she always calls him senpai, always saying, they're gonna be together, because she's a bit of a flirt. I do like Rize. I'm not gonna lie, I do like Rize. The non-party ones, I don't remember any of them. Oh wait, no. Nanako and Dojima.
Nanako is best daughter.
Nanako and Dojima's social link are the best in Persona 4, hands down. The other ones I don't remember, or they're not all that great. Because
can I adopt Nanako, please?
No.
Please?
No, because we don't deserve her. No one deserves her.
She's too good for this world. I can't risk her being adopted by someone else.
We don't want her to die. Again. I don't want her to die.
Spoiler alert, bruh.
It's been out for 10 fucking years.
I don't care. Spoiler alert.
Not to mention the re-release. And the anime. And the anti-games.
That part of the game is the fucking saddest part.
Well, where she dies?
Yes.
Or in the show. I mean, it's the same thing, technically. Just without the gameplay thing.
It's the saddest fucking part of the entire anything.
It's actually my favorite part of the game. One of my favorite parts of the game. Because afterwards... No, because hear me out. Afterwards, even people... Look, like, Yosuke tends to keep his cool, right? Like, he's just a little quirky, he's a bit perverted, but he keeps his cool, right?
Yeah.
Kanji's like, he wants to go in and throw punches instantly, right?
He's the hothead.
Yeah. And then in that one instance, we all went to Namatame's room, and Yosuke was the one saying, we should throw Namatame in the TV. And Kanji's like, hey, bro, chill. Like, I understand we should fuck this dude up, but we shouldn't fucking kill him. Like...
Kanji is my spirit animal, by the way.
Yeah. I like how my favorite part there was one part in Golden that you won't get in the original Persona 4 game, is that you'll get scooters and you'll talk about motorcycles or whatever.
Yeah.
And Kanji's like, "Oh, what are you talking about, bro?" He's like, "Oh, nothing." He's like, "Oh, wait, you're talking about you bringing something? You're gonna go to war to you gonna go to a war with a bike gang? Or if you're bringing a war, I'm going with you, bro. Let's go." I'm like, "No, we're not going to war. Like that's." He jumped the gun so quickly. He's like, "We're going to war? Fuck yeah, let's go."
All right, Brony versus Furry War. Let's go, bro.
That's always been happening since the damn dawn of time. To be honest, it's a secret war, but it's not a secret war. So much bloodshed. But I will say though,
So much violence.
that's the reason why I like. That's one of my favorite parts of the game is the fact it's one of my favorites, but also not one of my favorites. Nanako dying is not my favorite because to me it was kind of pointless in the fact that it would be just as good if she was in critical condition instead of dead and then come back. I think that's a little weird. But that again, the favorite part of the game is when everyone's like, "What should we do? Should we throw him in the TV or should we not throw him?" If you throw him in the TV, the game ends. You know that, right?
Really?
Yeah, the game ends because you got rid of him. You think the killer's dealt with, and then it cuts all the way. And Nanako stays permadead if you do that, though. That's the thing. If you kill Namatame, Nanako does not come back. And when you do that,
So the most satisfying ending possible, and you don't get the best payoff.
it's the bad ending. It really is the bad ending because here's the thing too. You know how like
That bastard hurt my daughter. I don't wanna.
You know how like the people towards the end people were worrying about the fog or whatever because it was never going away.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that happens. That happens still, as in like it never goes away. When you get to when you do that ending, the fog is there and it's not leaving, meaning that you essentially fucked the world
By turning Japan into England.
by that, and also eventually at some point shadows will become merged with humans. That's basically what you did because you did not solve the issue. You didn't fucking kill Amano Sagiri, which is the giant disco eyeball thing, and you didn't find out who the real killer is, and you did not save Nanako. So essentially you lost
Because of revenge.
Yeah, because of it was kind of like, yeah, you killed him, but was it really worth it though? Like that's basically it. And so Persona 5 though, that's the reason why I brought that up is because like I love 5. I think 5 is way better than 4 personally.
It was a lot more edgy though.
I love all the characters. I'll say this. I like 4's characters, but I love 5's just as much, if not more.
I love that moment. Artist guy, what's his name?
Yusuke. Yeah,
I like that moment when Yusuke is having on over as a model, and then he recommends topless model. I saw that line and I went, yeah, boy. It never happened though.
She's like 17.
FBI, open up!
I think your favorite moment is when they had to distract him to unlock that part of the palace, and he was like, "By the way, did you put on some weight?" And it's just 1,000 shirts on her.
You do not ask that to a woman.
But she has 1,000 shirts on. She looks like she looks like a Roblox character. What the fuck?
Isn't there a music video of that nowadays?
I'd rather not think about it.
You know that meme though?
I know about Roly Poly, yeah, but I don't know about the music video though.
What is that? I thought you would have seen it by now. It's like the stupid picture of people walking around. They look like big friggin' Roblox things.
Yeah, because they edit them in like Roblox. They've edited Kanye West as Roblox characters.
Why?
Because that's meant to be dank.
It's stupid.
That's the point, James.
It makes me want to kill myself.
Why do you think people make the meme called "When you want to drink your water, but your water's too spicy"? Like, what do you? I mean, what is
what?
That? Your water's. Yeah, remember that little photo of Donald Trump who's about to like take a little sip, right? But his lips are curved in a way that looks like he's blowing on his water. Somebody says, when you're trying to drink your water, but it's too hot.
No, he's just lifting up his water bottle to say, "You're fired."
Yeah, he's just trying to take a little sip, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
People
can make a joke about that with the red filter and the words bulging towards you, and think that's funny. I'm pretty sure that's funny to them too. Trust me, it's weird.
There is one meme that will forever live on in our hearts, though.
Which one?
Do you know the way?
I think that's meant for cringe.
Do you know the way?
Wait.
That's pretty much cringe.
Do you know the way?
I definitely gonna do this.
Do you know the way?
I think a lot of our viewers just tuned out right now.
Yeah. To
Anyway,
those of you who are still loyal to us
which
and
is,
know what dank is,
to be fair, I don't know why you're loyal to us, but if you are, thank you. But if you're not, then I don't blame you. Yeah, I'm even going up for 35 minutes. That's not so bad. But yeah, back to Persona 5 real quick. I think I talked about this last episode.
yeah.
Well, I talked about what we did in 2017.
Mm-hmm.
So, by the way, by the time you're watching this, it is 9/19. It probably won't be up until maybe a week or so after.
I'll try to get it before the end of the week.
Hopefully, because I always say that at the end of the podcast, and we always end up uploading our stuff a month after. But that's because of work, okay?
Yeah.
I'll say this. We'll try to get it out as soon as we can. But if we don't, then you can...
Oh, hell no. To the no.
Then you can make me drink, I don't know, black tea. I hate black tea.
5,000 subscriber challenge, and we'll make Vince go onto a furry dating site.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Anyway, so what I was saying before, like, I love the characters more, but the social links in 5 aren't as great than like 4.
Mhm.
3 wasn't all that great either. 3 was like the introduction to social links, but 3 had some pretty good ones. So yeah, I think Makoto. I love Makoto. The reason why I romance her because I love her personality. I love everything about her. I can relate to her in a way about having an older sibling doing a lot more and feeling like you're just kind of in the shadow in a way. I can relate to that person. I can relate to her struggles to an extent. And I don't know. I think she's cool. I like her awakening is probably one of my favorites. Actually, no, I think it's the best.
A persona? No, dude. That's a bike.
That's the right one, right?
Yes, the right one.
That's the most random, like, I don't know why, but that's just hilarious that, like, everyone's just so shocked. And it's like, that's a persona, right?
Then Ryuji's like, no, dude, that's a bike.
I think he, like, orgasmed at the sight of that bike because that is a nice
And the
bike.
text messages afterwards, he's like, man, I wish my persona was a bike.
I just imagine Captain Kidd like, what the hell, man?
He quoted Bon Jovi in those text messages afterwards.
Really?
He's like, yeah, Makoto, your persona's like that song. I'm a phantom on a steel horse I ride. And even she's like, it's like, that's kind of weird that you say that, and I'm most certainly not wanted. And I'm like, yeah, I love you. I'm like, I got that reference. It's a good song though. It's a really good song.
Technically, they are wanted, though.
Yes, they are wanted. They're heavily wanted. The government wants them dead. Wanted. I like her. I love her a lot, but her social link is ass. Her social link is absolute ass.
Really?
Yeah, because you don't really spend time with her. When you do, it's like, okay, there are some moments in her social link where it's actually nice. You actually do you gotta get a little more personal moments, but the rest of it is her trying to save this girl Aiko from like making sure she doesn't get scammed through the some dude from the red light district because she's working there, and due to the fact that it's don't play this. Don't play.
Yes, I am. I'm still playing it.
Don't play the whole.
We're talking so much about it, so
Don't play the whole thing though, because we could. I mean, here's the thing. How much you want to bet that man got copyright? Either way,
there's no way.
dude.
It literally says copyright free opening.
Dude, Matthew Santoro. Look, listen. Matthew Santoro made his own song with a bunch of somebody else. Right? It's a parody song.
Yeah.
They made their own beat. They made their own lyrics. Everything. They got copyright claimed by a random company.
You gotta be kidding me.
Yeah. If they got copyright claimed from their own shit, as in they made it themselves, I'm pretty sure this can be copyright claimed as well. I like how it's a bird costume.
It's a burb.
In case you're wondering, it's the Persona 5 non-copyright free or copyright free opening. Alright, you mind getting off that screen real quick? Mind getting out? Okay, I think we got the message.
Yeah.
I think we got the
Since
message.
we were talking so much about Persona, I thought I'd pull it up.
Anyway, what was it? Yeah, her social link's not all that great. On's not all that great either. I actually don't like On's. But like I said, I think An is more of a friend. If she's gonna date anybody, I think she would date Ryuji. I think she's hot. I'll tell you that. But also, if I date her, I kind of feel bad because I would cuck Morgana. Because if you romance her, right, and it's Valentine's Day, and you're about to spend time with her, Morgana walks past you and he goes, and he walks out. I kind of feel bad.
Of course, if you spend Valentine's Day with all the girls, then you get the shit beat out of you.
Actually,
so.
no. You spend. Yeah, technically, yeah, but technically, no. If you choose one of the girls, or you don't choose any of the girls, you can hang out with Ryuji if you want. And
Ryuji is best girl.
I like how Ryuji's like, oh yeah, I was at the shoe store or whatever, and this lady gave me this one piece of chocolate. If you want, here you go.
Is this a confession?
Yeah, is this a confession? He's like, oh, dude, hell no. Yeah, and then the next day, the game is supposed to go from February 14th, then it goes to like March 20th. But if you romance all the girls, it goes to February 15th, and then you're just sitting there, and Shojiro's like, all right, I'm gonna go get something at the store. I'll be right back. And you're just sitting there talking, and Morgana's like, really, you're not really doing that much, And then all of a sudden you hear Sojiro run back in. He's like, dude,
what did you do?
He's like, yeah, dude, what's going on? And then all of a sudden the girls come inside, and they are pissed. You know what's worse? I don't want to do that. You know why? Because it shows all the girls like little moments. Like Miss Kawakami's like, oh man, really? I never thought you'd be the kind of person. Then Dr. Takemi's like, oh, is my little guinea pig been a little too naughty?
And Futaba's like really sad.
She
about
cries.
It.
It hurts.
Yep.
She cries. I'm like, oh no. I feel bad for her. And then this is why Sojiro is best dad ever. Because afterwards, Sojiro comes in. He's like, listen. All right, look. Listen. All right. So here's the thing. You and me, we're gonna have to get our story straight. All right. I talked to them individually. Don't worry. They know that they are the one and only. That you only date them, that you always love them, that you always talk about them. But we're gonna have to get our story straight, okay? Or else this huge web of lies that I just told is for nothing, all right? Not to mention you got a few more months left, all right? So you just gotta wait a little bit and you're out. Got it? And
then he gives you chocolate.
He gives you chocolate, and I'm like, and I'm just laying on the ground like, I don't deserve this, but thank you. Because he's coffee dad. He's literal coffee dad.
And speaking of dads, there's also you got me into My Hero Academia recently.
Yeah,
and
I showed you that I think a year ago, and then you picked it back up. These past
yeah, like
6
the
months.
past couple months.
Yeah.
Not even 6 months. It was like 3 months.
I know. I'm just giving it a time frame.
But I have to say that in that show, everyone's saying, "Oh, this superhero is best dad." No, All Might is best dad, hands down. He's Dad Might.
Dad Might.
Until he deflates, then he's Small Might.
He's still Dad Might.
Yes.
He's still Dad Might.
Anyways.
Fuck. Yeah, so that's basically all I have to say. I guess I'll talk more on like a more of a... Because I don't want to always talk about Persona 5. I mean, I don't mind, personally.
Don't make me play the music again.
No, don't. But I'm saying this. I love the game. So much so that I'm still playing it to this day. I'm surprised I'm even doing this. Because here's the thing. Like, it's very hard for me to do second playthroughs for games. Unless I'm really in the mood for it.
Or if there's more to the story.
Or, like New Game Plus. Like, I want to do the secret bosses, whatever. Like, for example, I replayed The Last of Us last year, and I finished the whole thing again. Because, why not?
The Last of Us is a masterpiece.
Yeah, it is, but it was the PS3 one. And although the PS3 one's fantastic, there are plenty of times where it glitches out. When I first played it, I remember when I was trying to... The first level, when you had to go talk to Robert, you know, the dude that tried to kill you, like, literally in the first 20 minutes.
Yeah.
In the new world. I got one of his men, right? I had him on the... I was basically strangling him. I was at the top, like, essentially just, like, strangling him down. But when the moment I grabbed him, Joel and that dude fell through the world, and it came back up.
What the hell?
And the camera was stuck. The camera was stuck on Joel's ass. I tried fixing it. It didn't work. It was stuck on Joel's ass the entire time.
What the hell?
And I'm sitting here like, I have to replay. I have to restart the game. I can't.
just play the rest of the game just watching Joel's booty.
No, because I'm pretty sure if I play the whatever part and I save and I let her come back, it would probably fix. That's what happened. I load the previous save, which is 2 minutes ago at the time.
But,
and then
that would be an amazing walkthrough. All right, everyone, let's play The Last of Us Joel's Booty Edition.
It was just stuck on his ass, and every time I tried, and the worst part is I was getting shot at too afterwards, and I was like, "Fuck."
Getting shot in the ass.
No, not in the ass.
Okay,
but
good.
I just couldn't see because I was stuck on his dad jeans. But after that, no, I had it takes a while for me to do a lot of like second playthroughs. And Persona 5, you know, it's been a year since it was over a year since it's been released. Soon to, actually not now. It's been 2 years since it's been released in Japan.
Mm-hmm.
So, personally, I think, you know, it's a masterpiece. I think this was their best game yet. They announced that they're already working on Persona 6.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think I'm going to see that until I'm 30. I did the math because Persona 4 came out in 2008.
Mm-hmm.
I did the math and I did a little crunching in the numbers, and yeah, I won't. At the very least, it won't be until I'm 29.
You're old and gray. Persona 6 gets released. It's been over 3,000 years.
I'm still gonna fucking play it, even if I'm 30, I'm married, and I have kids, or whatever. I'm still gonna play it, and that's not gonna it's gonna happen, no matter what. But you know, it's just gonna be a while since Persona 6 comes out, and then not to mention there's gonna be a lot of like spin-offs, and which is happening now actually. In November, Persona Q2 is coming out. The dancing games in December.
Persona DDR is canon. Sorry,
just
that was a reaction.
Just 4. 4 is canon. I don't think 3 or 5 are canon.
I'm sorry, that was just it was a knee-jerk reaction every time I think of Persona DDR.
I will say though, that they chose the wrong time to release those games. They chose December 4th.
Oh God.
No. December 4th is not a bad date. But the problem is, it's 3 days before Smash 5. So I think Smash 5 is just going to overshadow Persona 5.
Well, that and it's during the holiday season, so Smash 5 is going to be like the hot seller during that time.
People are going to buy Switches and then buy Smash 5. That's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Persona 5, the dancing games aren't going to sell consoles, but they will sell games. That's the thing, though. That's why I think they chose the wrong time. They really chose the wrong time to release that game. They should have waited until... I understand, because like November, they have Persona Q, and then, you know, they're like, well, we can't release 3 Persona games in the same month.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but I feel like they should have waited. Wait until January. Then again, no, I think January is Catherine again. They have a busy schedule.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know, man. I don't know. I guess that's where they had to slot it in compared to the other months. I don't know. Me personally, I think that's a bad month, a bad date in particular, because that's what happened with Not saying that Persona's gonna die, but like an example was Battleborn, which is you ever heard of Battleborn?
I think so, yeah.
It's basically what first person. It's similar to Overwatch.
Oh yeah.
But it was released 2 weeks before Overwatch.
Mm-hmm.
But who had the most advertising? Who had the most shorts? Who had the most people behind it? The acting, the creation, and the advertisement behind it. Who had the most? Overwatch.
The world could really use more heroes.
And guess what happened? Overwatch destroyed Battleborn.
Mm-hmm.
So much so, I think Battleborn servers are dead. I could be wrong on that, but I know there's little to no people playing Battleborn as of right now, because Overwatch killed them. Because that's the thing. Like especially if the games are similar genres, you can. I always advise, do not release your game a similar time of another game that had more advertisement, because
or it was made by another company, because what was Battleborn made with?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Because
let me look it up.
Overwatch is made by Blizzard,
Well,
and
Blizzard
Blizzard
has that World of Warcraft money,
along with all their other big names like Hearthstone and Heroes of the Storm, and holy shit, they're like, they know how to do games.
Oh, I didn't do all that great.
Oh, and don't even get me started on Diablo.
Who created it? Gearbox. Gearbox created them.
Okay, Gearbox is decent.
And Gearbox ain't bad. I mean, they made what's it fucking called?
Skyrim?
No.
No.
God, no. They
No,
made
I was
it-
thinking of a different logo.
Bethesda. You think of Bethesda.
Bethesda, that's the one.
That's nowhere near that.
All I could think of was that Gearbox logo. So when I thought Gears, I thought Bethesda for some reason. But I was wrong.
You were wrong. Gearbox, if I'm not mistaken, Gearbox made Borderlands. Yeah, they made Borderlands.
Borderlands,
And they made
okay.
Borderlands. Yeah, Borderlands is good. I actually really enjoyed Borderlands. And yeah, I really enjoyed Borderlands. Borderlands is really good. Really fun game. Really fun game. But
So clearly, it wasn't someone who was low name, but to compete against a giant like Blizzard, yeah, they couldn't stand a chance. They never saw it coming.
I think it was, and it's got a 68% on Metacritic. That's not good. That's not good at all. At all, dude. At all. And it was released on May 3rd, while Overwatch was released on May 24th of 2016. And then Paladins came out. I don't know who made Paladins, but I know people like Paladins though. Paladins is still going. Paladins, I really don't think Battleborn's going at all. Yes, if 68% of people on Metacritic said that's not good. But overall, I think Persona 5. If I want to talk more about Persona 5, like more in depth, I probably will some other episode, just not now. I really enjoyed the game. I still play it a lot, but I have this problem where I always start games but I never finish them, or I go back to previous games and play them even though I beat them like 2 times.
Yeah, I've had that experience. Like, for example, Chrono Trigger, I have that for DS, and everyone loves that game. I haven't made it very far.
It's not a bad game. It's the thing.
There's just so much to do in such a big world that I just haven't made it far.
There's a game I started about a year ago, and I still have not finished. I think you were with me when I bought it, Trails of Cold Steel.
Oh, yeah.
And it was a really good game. It's a really good game. I just haven't finished it. I know. Okay, here. I know I'm like 2/3 of the way done. Like, I'm at the beginning of Act 3, essentially.
Yeah.
But I just haven't finished it. I haven't finished it. I guess it's because, I don't know, man.
Because work was, fucking us in the ass.
Of course work is the major part of it, but it's also because, like, when I get home, some days I'm just like, you know what? I feel like watching videos. Or, you know what? I'm had a bad day. I feel like playing Persona 5. Like, or something like that.
I just come home and I'm like, you know what? I had a bad day. I play some Dota. And then I leave Dota feeling even worse about myself.
I don't. With Persona 5, I don't at all. That's because, I have Makoto there.
Yeah.
To spend time with. Dude, I joked with my friend, and she's like, what you doing? And I'm like, I'm out with somebody. She's like, really? You're out with with somebody? Like, you're like, really? Who is it? And I'm like, yeah, she's pretty cool. We met. I've known her for a little bit, known her for like a year now. He's like, really? Well, congrats. What's she look like? And I started her photo of me hanging out with Makoto. And then just Makoto on the TV screen. She's like, you fucking bitch. I'm like, you didn't say she was real. You didn't ask if she was real. That's the thing. By the way, I don't actually go out with fake women or digital women.
Why the fuck you lying?
It's just a joke. I mostly just want to fuck with people. But overall...
And that body pillow that you have on your bed.
I don't have a body pillow.
Why you always lying?
Yes, you do.
I don't. I have a fleshlight, but not a body pillow.
Oh my god.
Oh.
I don't have that either.
Stop fucking lying.
I don't have either. I just wanted to make that clear. I'm so glad there's no children in the audience. I hope not.
There probably are.
There probably are. There probably is. And all right. I hope you take something away from this, children. Don't be us. That's the lesson of the day. Don't be us.
Yes, actually get some girlfriends.
So, I will say though, okay, so we've been pretty busy, but we've had some free time in the past. I'd say the past summer.
I had an opportunity to go back to BronyCon.
Yeah, you did. You did enjoy it, and they announced that there was a last year.
Yeah, next year is their last year, and that was devastating.
And Baltimore, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I always think Boston. I always think of Boston for some reason. I think it's because I'm thinking of PAX East.
That's probably it.
Yeah, it's probably. I think it's because I'm thinking of PAX East. Because a lot of conventions are in Boston, anyways.
I did manage to get the word out about this podcast, so to any new listeners who were from BronyCon, thank you for your patience and waiting for us to get this out.
Also, side note, I'm not a brony, but if you are, that's no problem. He is, though.
Yes, Meta, me, yes. Vince over there, I'm going to harass him about it, so I will convert him one day, my brothers and sisters.
It's never happening. I watched the My Little Pony movie with him. I see why you like it.
Mm-hmm.
I have more of an understanding. That's it. I never really.
I will convert him one day, brothers and
Not happening. It is not happening. Not to mention the amount of stuff I've seen from people who are bronies that make a bunch of other videos before. Like I think Saberspark's a brony, isn't he?
Oh yeah, he is.
Okay, so I watched a lot of his videos and he talks about My Little Pony before. That's it. I don't really feel anything. I never really had an interest. Again, it's not that I don't like bronies or anything.
Mm-hmm. It's just not your thing.
Yeah, I'm not a like, I don't know. I guess you're probably thinking, hey, if you don't like Friendship and Magic, why the fuck do you watch Star versus the Forces of Evil? Well, let me tell you one thing, good sir. Ow, my back. Let me tell you one good thing, good sir. All right, listen. It's made by Disney. Not to mention, I actually really enjoy Star Wars versus the Forces of Evil. I guess it's because like I never really watched anything Magical Girl-esque. I think everyone at some point has, but me. And seeing something Magical Girl-esque
That's not Sailor Moon.
That's not Sailor Moon. That isn't Madoka Magica. That isn't Miraculous Ladybug. If you like that, if you like the show, you can go ahead and have no problem. Personally, I'm not interested in it. I just like Star, mainly because it has I watched Gravity Falls, and I haven't finished it obviously because I decided to hold off on that for a while, and I like Steven Universe. Damn phone. Damn it. I'm
It was
professional.
reality saying Steven Universe sucks. You should probably answer that.
Here's the thing. I don't think it sucks. I just think the latter seasons are not all that great. I think season 3 is when I started seeing it weakening a little bit, and then season 4 and 5 is where I'm like, I think the worst song, this is the thing. I think the worst song. I'm not saying my least favorite or, I don't like it. No, I think it's actual trash is Ruby Rider. I think Ruby Rider is the absolute worst song to come on TV Universe.
Weaponized autism.
And here come the comments.
Let's get them rolling. Tell me. Come on.
Tell me why you're autistic.
Nah. I'm already. I am dyslexic.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Scooter Baba. Anyway.
The thing goes.
I'm not dyslexic at all. But hey guys, you remember you can't spell subtext without butt sex. Just gotta remember that.
Fuck?
Yeah, you can't spell subtext without butt. Think about it. Rearrange the letters.
You can't spell romance without titties.
You can't spell dyslexia without iron.
The fuck?
Dyslexia. That's not dyslexia at all. That's never been dyslexic. I am sorry if anybody's out there that's dyslexic.
Don't apologize for jokes, bruh.
I've met some pretty good dyslexic people. But I will say though, those same people do joke about it too.
Yeah.
So to be fair, I'm only apologizing mainly because it's my obligated duty. Other than that, I think when it's if it's a joke that's like, I feel like leaves a bad taste in my mouth, both physically and that's not all that great. Like low hanging fruit kind of joke. You know what I mean? And that's where I'm like, no, that's when I'll apologize mostly. But okay, what else happened this past? Avoiding that train wreck. What else happened this past summer? Work, of course. Work.
Walk. Get the whip, boy.
That mouse on somebody. But I'm trying to think of. Okay, you have any horror stories? Horror air quotes of like work recently or this past since May from here on?
No, my new job has actually been really good.
I meant from your previous job
Oh, my previous job?
when you were a watchman.
Well, I did have my previous manager who
Obviously, don't say what company, but say your department.
yeah, I was in the jewelry department, and my previous manager, she was a bitch. She was such a bitch.
Did she get pregnant?
No.
Or she got an injury.
No, what happened was she actually went on a medical leave that happened for about half a year. So I was
That was a good half a year.
What?
That must have been a good half a year.
The half of the year, yeah, that was the best half of the year in the entire job. And we were actually like saying, we really hope she doesn't come back. We really didn't like how she was treating us in the.
Real quick, can you hear the chair?
Maybe
Not really?
slightly, but not.
Okay.
It's probably like a little squeak, but nothing much.
You just need a little bit of WD-40.
Just need a little bit of
Oh yeah,
little bit of
yeah.
Oh!
I felt it from here.
You felt it from here?
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
You
I
directed
aimed it wrong.
Yeah, you directed it in my direction.
Sorry about that. Anyways, so
That
we
was
were
computer-
constantly saying that
That was computer duster, by the way.
yeah.
Don't try it, kids.
Don't try it, kids, but it makes a great flamethrower.
It will kill you.
Yes, it will.
It will kill you.
Really.
Come on.
But yeah, so we were constantly saying, we really don't want her to come back. She was the worst and all that. And then one day we actually heard that she was coming back.
It's like Beetlejuice.
Yeah. We said her name so much that she eventually came back. But a week after she came back, she started telling everyone why she was gone for so long.
Nobody cared, I'm assuming.
No, everyone cared all of a sudden. Spinal cancer.
Oh.
Yeah, that was awkward.
I say that part because of what I just said.
So the lesson here is, don't wish ill upon someone because chances are ill will happen and you'll feel guilty.
Don't wish for death.
Mm-hmm.
Wish for the simple things, unless it's somebody horrendous, like I don't know, a child murderer or some shit like that. Wish for them to be killed.
Child rapists, well, let's hope they get raped in jail.
No, they will. There are plenty of prisoners that have stabbed and or killed pedophiles.
Yep.
There's a dude that, okay, I think it was a friend, or he knew the family before. Where one of the there was a little girl named Katie, I think, and I could have all the details wrong, but this is what I remember. I think he wasn't a family friend, but he knew of the family. Like, he was kind of an acquaintance, but he did go to jail. He went to prison, rather. Mm-hmm. And I think one of the family members, I think it was an uncle or whatever, did sexually molest that little girl, Katie. And,
oh, God.
And to his unfortunate luck, that same dude, let's call him Brian, the dude that knew the family.
Billy Bob Bo.
And that's called the uncle Steven, right? So Brian had the fortunate luck, or rather in Steven's case, unfortunate luck, of having Brian as his cellmate.
No. Oh, no.
So while he was sleeping, or rather, I think he was sleeping, but later on, as the day went on, him and a few other inmates grabbed him, hold him down, and they got a hot pen, as in like they scraped, they you know how you in middle school you scrape it against the wall, and they used the ink and they carved the words "Katie's Revenge" on his forehead.
Oh, God.
Not to the pen was hot, the ink was spilling, and it was permanently stuck in his head.
It was basically a makeshift tattoo.
Yes.
Oh, God. So then if anyone asks who Katie is, that results in him getting another shower rape.
Yeah, they call prisoners call pedophiles chomos in prison.
Oh?
Yeah, they call them chomos. Child molesters.
Mm.
That's, it's a little bit of a slang.
Actually.
Yeah. Dude, if you're going to go to prison, don't go to prison for child molestation. Don't do any don't do any sort of crime. But if you're going to go to prison anyways, don't do child molestation because you're going to die. Let's just do that. It's okay. This is. How did we get here? Okay, that's my question now. How did we get here?
We went from talking about best girl to child molesters.
So, okay, I remember now, because we don't want ill upon people.
Yeah.
Okay, that's why. I always tell people, if I'm in a group full of families and I can't really curse, I'd be like, I hope you wake up 5 minutes before your alarm goes off.
Ooh. That's a rude awakening.
I hope you wake up and realize your phone wasn't charging last night.
Mm-hmm.
That's basically it. It's my little family-friendly sort of thing. But overall, it depends on how I'm feeling that day and what the person did. But overall, yeah. So, any sort of moments in work? Oh, you had incompetent workers.
Oh, yeah. We had one.
Except for, like, 2. But the rest of the crew on watches and your jewelry department.
We had one Asian old lady. Let's call her Charlie. She was... the look... Anyways, she was the worst.
Charlie.
Ever.
Now that I think about it, Charlie is a female name.
Yeah.
Charlotte. Good luck, Charlotte. Yeah, fuck me. All right, go on.
Yeah, it's a slur, but it also works because it's a name.
Go on.
But
go
yeah,
on.
so this Charlie, I'm saying it was such...
Don't say it like that.
We are so getting flagged for this.
So it's like, yeah, I was with this coworker. Her name's fucking Charlie, by the way. And go on.
So
Charlie.
basically, she said that she used to work with government. Like she know everything. She know how to do everything. She did not know how to do anything.
That's a big downgrade from government work to this.
Yeah.
Then again, what else is a big downgrade is that horrendous Asian accent. That was...
Hang on, I'll get my yellow spray paint and buck teeth. Hang on.
I will smack you with the tip of this cardboard box right here.
You have a cardboard box?
No, but I can make one.
Got the fucking Mexican MacGyver here.
I'll stab you with this.
You'll stab me with a calculator?
A box of donuts here.
Mm.
Dude, people made shit out of toilet paper.
Oh, God.
So you roll it up, you sharpen it, you wet it, dry it, wet it, dry it, wet it, dry it, wet it, dry it. It's like that sort of process. So, like, you harden it as time goes on.
Damascus toilet paper.
Of course, yeah. Eventually, you, like, I think you do a bunch of other things you can do with it, too, but I forgot. But, yeah, you can use you can make a shiv out of toilet paper and cardboard.
But anyway, so she kept saying that she knew how to do everything, but then would constantly call for my name from across the jewelry department, which, by the way, customers don't like it when they hear yelling across the department.
If it is, it'd be like, hey, can you help me real quick? It's like polite, not like, Jay! So you go, Jay! And I was
especially...
I was swallowing when I was saying Jay. I was like, Jay!
Jay!
He goes by Meta or Jay, either or.
But anyways, so she would beg for help, even though she says she knows how to do everything. When I offer to teach her, she says, "Oh yeah, no, I already know. I know everything." And then she'll beg for help.
I can't take you seriously like this.
Nobody takes us
I'm
seriously.
Eating.
This is the point of the entire podcast, is not to take us seriously.
We love Asian people. Just throwing that out there.
You guys make the best video games and the best porn.
You didn't have to bring that part up. Video games I agree with. Video games I do agree with, but...
Have you seen tentacle porn?
Have you seen their food?
Oh, God, yes.
Continue.
And so she would also leave keys laying around in plain sight of the customers.
Oh, you shouldn't do that.
Oh, no, not at all. Especially with the fine jewelry that I worked with.
Especially when he got robbed like 8 months ago.
Oh, yeah. There was a point when someone actually threw a towel over one of our rotating displays and yanked it out and was just running with it over his shoulder across the store.
He didn't get far, did he?
He got outside and then got cornered. He got cornered by the security, and he just threw it to the ground.
Yeah, because he knew he lost.
Mm-hmm.
And so he figured, here's the thing. So how about like what, half of those watches were damaged? Probably.
It was earrings.
Oh, so like a lot of those were obviously broken.
Yeah.
So like,
A lot of damage stuff.
So like he would have gone like if theft would have been one thing, but theft and destruction of property is another thing.
Oh yeah.
Like yeah, that's an extra charge. Like why you gotta make it so? Like why do you gotta make it like so? Like when you have one charge, right?
Yeah.
The rational thing is okay. This is minor. This is probably a year sentence in prison, or like a year in jail on some community service or whatever. I don't know what the laws are exactly on theft, because it depends on a certain amount, I think, right? So he wouldn't be spending that much time, but then he'll have an extra charge because he destroyed shit and resisting arrest, which he did. He did resist arrest, which is an extra charge. Like it's just like you have it right. Like if you're okay, look, you're right there. You lost. Just give up. Put it down. And just be like, all right, I lost.
Yep.
I lost. All right, you got me. Don't fucking throw it down like a child and then have an extra charge or two on top of that.
Sir, put down the case. Did you just assume my fucking gender?
Gets tased. Reminds me of that one dude from was it from Dateline?
Yeah.
When he didn't put his hands up and he got tased. Fucking was it Long Beach Dude 19, right?
Oh god.
Long Beach Dude 19, bro. Like he was just sitting there with his hands in his pockets and all of a sudden like,
Let it stop it.
just got tased.
Or what about the other one was the guy who said he was a lieutenant?
No, he didn't get. Oh, he didn't. He actually, here's the thing. He didn't get tased. One because here.
One of the probes hit him. The other one was just missed.
Yeah, the other one because when it hit him, when the door opened, he started running, and one of the probes hit him, but the other one, I think it skidded off the door frame and it fell.
And he screamed like a girl as he got chased.
Dear God. Dear God, it's like you're a fucking lieutenant, my guy. Really?
You're gonna scream like a girl about to
you
get.
You can't like fucking Max Payne your shit out of here.
Yep.
Like, I find that because that proves to show you that a lot of these guys are lying. Like, I don't think he really is a lieutenant.
I saw a meme about a guy who got pulled over and arrested for possession of cocaine. It wasn't cocaine. It was kitty litter.
Yeah, it's weird.
It was a bag of kitty litter in his car to prevent fogging. So his mugshot was just the most smug fucking look you'll ever see.
He was released, right?
Yeah, he was.
The charges were dropped.
He was. But that's just the instance where, like, you know that they're guilty when you can see it in their face. And you can see how they react. If they're innocent, they'll at least show that they're innocent. And, like, be very calm about it.
About that face.
If they're guilty, they look like those mugshots you see on the news where they're just, like, the most angry-looking people.
Angry, sad, crying, drunk.
Very, very high.
My favorite one. I like how you bring that up because when he was smirking, I bet he was just like, you know, like the Death Note music was playing in the background in his head.
I will be the god of this cat litter world.
He was like, I've won. Charges are dropped. Yes. I want to see Ryuk get a mugshot.
Oh god.
It's just, I mean, to be fair, his face is the same.
He's always that fucking grin, so imagine him in a mugshot.
His face did change a couple times, especially when his apples were on the line.
Oh god, then he was like so terrified.
He's like, hey man, don't you think it's a little too far? I mean, come on.
It's like if you're trying to take away a meth addict's meth, it's just like, dude, come on, please, that's too much. It's like if someone tried to take away your PS4.
I'd kill him.
Exactly.
No, the moment they try to pick it up, I'd shoot him with the sword.
How would you shoot them with the sword?
You'd be surprised.
I mean, you have a Braveheart sword right there next to you. So
I'll shoot him with it.
How does that work? It's
also
a gun.
Yeah, ask Ruby. How does that work? I will say though, the one thing that I find funny the most out of all this is I just think it's ridiculous. And this is, by the way, this is just random ramblings at this point. By the way, it's just basically what we've done, what happened, and that's it.
How many races we can offend at once.
We did that last episode. It was mostly Jewish though. So we're going by a race per episode.
Next week we'll be talking about the Muslims.
No, but we don't want to talk about that. That's a explosive topic. People, please. It's just a joke. It's just a joke.
It's just a prank, bruh. It's just a fucking prank, bruh. Allahu Akbar.
So this is the part. So this is where we get demonetized, right?
This is where we get bombed.
No, I think this is the part where we get demonetized. More than likely. I'm much gonna bet this episode might get reported.
No, definitely.
Probably.
Well, isn't that kind of the point of this podcast? Is to get as close to reported as possible?
Besides talking about gaming stuff, which is most of our podcast, but it's mostly dark and offensive humor. Be it crude. It's kind of like this. It's like, it's offensive humor. We didn't say it'd be good humor. Well, we'd say it'd be offensive.
We'd say it'd be some dank-ass humor.
We hope it's good. But if it's not, we weren't lying about it being offensive.
Yeah.
So there you go.
That's why we put the fucking disclaimer at the beginning. Hello.
A minute and 15, an hour and 15.
Wow, we've been on for a minute. We talk fast.
A minute. A minute.
Drink your coffee.
I have been. So let's see. I say the one thing we want to talk about the most is, okay, guys. I will say, recently, that I've been playing. You know about this. I've been playing D&D for about 2 years now.
Yeah.
I still have a lot to learn. Because I've always been a player. I've never been a DM before. However, I have been a DM. I am a DM as of right now for Metas and a few of our friends' campaign. So recently, I discussed, not recently, many months ago, I discussed with him, with Vivi, the girl I mentioned earlier, and let's call the other dude, what the fuck can we call him?
Andre? Jose?
No, let's go with
Juan?
Let's go with Andre. You know what? Fuck it, Andre. Why not?
Alejandro?
So, okay. So I think back in April, late April, because I know the campaign started in mid-May. I know that much. So, back in late April, early May, I was discussing to people I was talking to Meta, I was talking to Vivi, and I was talking to Andre. Hey guys, do you ever play D&D? No. You want to play it? Sure. And that's basically it, because I had to find this right schedule. I had to find essentially I had to find the right people and the right time to do this. And lo and behold, we finally did it.
You gave us waifus.
We'll get into that. I'd say the rest of this podcast. I will real quick. Tokyo Game Show is the 20th. We probably won't talk about that until the next episode, which probably hopefully out right after. We'll discuss about the trailers because that's the most thing we can do. We can't do any live stream and watch anything because of our schedules differences. There's no way we can live stream that.
Right.
So I think the next episode we'll talk about Tokyo Game Show. For this one, we'll just talk about what we've been up to. So yeah, here we go. And so the campaign I'm writing is essentially, or I've written. It's full. It's basically done. It's just I had to fill in the details of it as time goes on. You know what I mean? So, the campaign I wrote is essentially weird things have been popping up across the country, not the country, the entire continent, like weird abominations, things being attached to other things, monsters that aren't normal, but then the moment they show up, they instantly disappear after they attack, and they never see them again until another monster shows up, and it's the same thing. It's been going on like that for a decade. So it is our party's moment that as they realize that one of the people, a well-known trader, let's just call him Giles, has gone missing, and it may seem that he's tied to everything to this sort of pop-ups of these creatures. So it was up to our party to figure out what's going on and to see if he's safe or is he alive, if he's dead, if he's alive, or if he's working with these people. So that's basically the campaign. So, you want to talk about your character?
So I made a character that was now I like to write a lot of stuff, so I made like an extensive anime backstory, but I'm gonna like file it down to basics.
To quote, I'm not when I say to quote this, I'm not saying actually do it, but I'm saying it's a joke. To quote Saitama from One Punch Man, you know, it's 20 words or less. Because his Genos was talking about his backstory, and he was going on for 5 minutes, and Saitama was like basically having a fucking stroke. And he's like, all right, stop, shorten it to 20 words or less. Fuck.
Wakanda, Batman, elf, dwarf.
Okay, there you go.
Basically, the concept of my character is a wood elf was taken in by a clan of dwarfs because he was lost, abandoned, etc. And grew up in a mountain. This mountain harvests a very specific type of stone called Gasur. It's an obsidian.
Yeah, blue one.
And it's very powerful, has a lot of potential for magic, or it can be used for weapons, etc.
What was it from? Is it? I mean, I'm assuming mythology of some form. I could be.
Yeah,
wrong.
I made up a little mini mythology for this one clan. Like it's basically Norse mythology with dwarfs, but like its own thing. So
yeah.
So this Gasur in mythology can either be. So basically, the dungeon master can say, "Hey, okay, this will be part of the story," or no, it'll be nowhere near.
I will say, like, I always tell people to tell me what their character's like and what everything's going on.
Yeah.
Because I'm not gonna deny you fun, but if I feel like it's not gonna fit with the campaign, I'd be like, I'm not sure. How about going this route?
My character is Fox Furry. She is an archer. And...
Yeah, like Kitsune people and those fox and cat-like people do exist, or as in like it can be a race if you want. But I feel like like if it's certain things, like I feel like I'd be like, nah, I'm not sure about that. You know what I mean? Like it had because it'd be weird to have. How do I put it? The thing about D&D is that everyone can be a part of it. Everyone can have their own thing, and there's nothing wrong with that. But the thing is, it's all about communication. If you don't have communication, it can all fall apart real quick.
Right.
And if you're making your character to be super OP with like this backstory with this weird backstory or
My character is a celestial. He was born of a woman, so now he is part god and can do whatever the fuck he wants.
He's also naked.
He's also naked, and he's also some sort of wolf thing.
Yeah, see, that's where I'm like, no, I don't mind the celestial part. That's perfectly fine. You can be a celestial, but it's just the whole naked and the wolf part. No, that's weird. That's just weird.
You don't want to see some wolf schlong?
No, I don't. I don't.
You don't want a schlong?
I don't want any schlong. I want a ham sandwich. That's about it. So I always let people know. I always tell people right before the campaign starts, I always ask them what their character background's going to be like, whatever. I'm not saying I'm the final say. I'm saying that at the very least, if I feel like it's out of place, we can reach a middle ground through the top. Because there have been some instances where I'm like, that sounds stupid. Not for you, but for other people. I haven't DM'd other people. I'm just saying I've seen other people's stuff online and offline, of course. And I'm like, that's kind of stupid.
So basically, my character... it's in a way pretty much like Wakanda, where you can have it as a part of the story or without. Like in the Marvel universe, you can see stories with or without Wakanda. It won't make a difference to the long-term effect of the story.
But it has
but it has significance if you want to have significance in the plot.
Yeah. So, I'd say finish the backstory.
So this mountain has the Gasur, and it's a very sought-after material, but
Very
only that mountain has it.
Strong as steel, sharp as a razor, and is very...
Has magic potential.
It can be used for magic.
Yes. It can be used to channel magic, kind of like phoenix feathers and wands or things like that, where it's an empty vessel, but you can store magic into it and make it into something powerful.
Go ahead, yeah.
So, it's a rare sought-after material, and when my character was of age, he went to deliver a shipment of Gasur, and when he came back, the mountain was leveled. Gone. He doesn't know if his clan is dead
obviously,
or...
there were some dead bodies.
Well, dead bodies, of course, but he doesn't know if his whole clan is dead or missing or what. So basically, now he is trying to find out what happened. He was raised as a paladin, wood elf paladin with dwarfish,
Accents.
customs. so like his
You can speak properly, but most likely you'll slip back to your native.
yeah. So it'll be like if he gets really upset, he'll be like, "Oh, what are you thinking about, you damn fool?"
Mm-hmm.
So
it's a vengeance quest.
yeah, so it's a vengeance quest with a wood elf who is a paladin and knows dwarvish. So if he comes across a dwarf, he can basically befriend them instantly. But
to an extent.
But with elves, he's so weird and not accustomed to normal elf stuff that they'll be like, "The hell is wrong with this guy?"
And then what was it? Our friend Vivi. I had to make her backstory. Well, actually, no. I worked with her technically.
She's not much of a writer, but she enjoys.
She's more of a player.
Yeah.
She enjoys reading, but she's not more of a writer. She's not really a writer. So I discussed with her. She decided to be a moonlight elf, right? The elves with the light blue skin.
Mm-hmm.
I let this one. I don't think it's an official race, but I let this one go. I think it is, but it isn't. It's kind of weird. It's like a variant. You know what I mean?
It's a different edition or something like that.
No. Because there's a thing called sub races where it's like a. Race, Dragonborn, sub race is a different type of scales. Does that make sense? You know what I mean?
Yes.
Okay, so I think it's race is elf or high elf. Sub race is the type. I think it's moonlight elf, whatever. The light blue skin and the silver hair. You know?
Yeah.
So she chose that because she liked the look of him, and wasn't it? We forgot to mention your character's name.
Vunar.
So I bring this up because I think I'll have to bring her name too. Vivi decided to choose the name Miley, and she decided to be an elven rogue. Her backstory was essentially, by the way, the reason why they're not here is because they prefer not being on the podcast. They prefer not being recorded, essentially, which is fine. It's not a problem.
They're microphone shy.
Yeah, essentially, but I mean, to be fair, no one really likes to be recorded without their consent. I mean, they would be here consensually, but I'm saying like they just prefer not doing it. So I figured I might as well just tell it because we're talking about all the things we done while we were gone. So her backstory is essentially that she's a bastard kid. She was impregnated. Her mother was she was from a village, right? If I remember correctly. And her father was a noble of the village, and he impregnated his maid instead of his wife, and so people looked at her differently. Even her father looked at her differently. Her mother, her maid mother, was gone somewhere after that, and she couldn't call that place home, so she decided to be a rogue and travel across the continent and just essentially just go along with the flow, try to find something she can call home. She doesn't fucking matter. She just doesn't fucking care. So she's a drifter, is what she is. She's a drifter. And that's how she met you. You're at one of the cities, the backstory campaign.
Yeah.
It's a mini, I don't always do this, but sometimes I do a mini campaign, which would be like 2 sessions max.
So it's not just like, oh, hey, we're together already, or, oh, hey, we're all in the same place.
Origin story. Origin story.
I'm Batman.
Yeah. So they met at the city, and they that's how they got the information for Giles. And then the other guy, Andre, decided to choose. He chose Dragor, a dragon-born warlock, who's basically, it's a simple backstory that he's a warlock. He loves to learn about new spells, any types of spells, whether it be new, old, forbidden, non-forbidden. He just wants to learn. He likes knowledge, and that's why he's on this little quest. And he's like, well,
because knowledge is power.
And he said, like, well, if I'm gonna be on this vision quest, I might as well help people on top of that, right? So that's what he did. And his backstory, he saved a it's not a prince or princess, right? It's not a princess for nobility, is it? It's not princess. It's a lady. That's what it is. Lady. So he saved the daughter of a well-known duke in a trading city, and now they're close friends. And that's how he got the information from the bandits that stole her, or that tried to sell her.
Yeah.
And that's how you guys met in Rose Lake Village, which is the village you're at. That's how y'all started. So overall, the campaign was pretty good. I think you should talk about your favorite moment of all time. No matter how many moments we've seen, no matter how many moments we play out that are epic, funny, or sad, this moment is the one you always reference. No matter every time we meet up.
Waifu Island.
That's not the one actually.
Oh, come on.
I'm talking about the moment, the rocks.
Oh god, yes. So we had our first fight, and it turned out pretty decent.
You want to? Should we talk about? Oh yeah, we should probably talk about what you guys fought first.
Yeah, we fought abominations.
What these little things? I basically used undead soldiers essentially, but I decided to like homebrew them a little bit, where they're like undead men, but like they're not dead, as in like they're essentially like they're conscious, but a lot of the body parts and a bunch of other shit were just sewn onto them, just for fun, for sick pleasure, just to see if
Lord knows someone's beaten off to it,
just to see if they would be good soldiers, and they're not all that great, and they were really creepy. They always like tilted their necks every time they fought you, right?
Yep.
I think it was like. And then they ended the sick smile. Jesus Christ, I remember now. Anyway, go on.
So we did our normal fight, and it was pretty fun. Like, we all enjoyed our first fight. And so we saw, like, a bunch of other reinforcements in the back.
But they were walking away.
Yeah, they started walking away. They were like, fuck this, man. But there was one straggler. So my character, Vunar, picked up a rock, and kind of like Jack Sparrow with the coconut, just, like, tossed it up a little bit. And threw it as hard as he could.
It was a natural 20 in that row.
It was a natural 20. It clocks the back of the head of the abomination, and just sent him face planted into the ground. And then Dragor tried.
No, you kept going.
Yeah, I kept doing the same thing.
Dragor said, "Dude, we should probably be a little serious. We should probably stop."
And then he joined in.
No, you do another one.
Yeah.
And he got hit again. It was like 18 or whatever.
Yeah.
And it happened again and again. Then Dragor's like, "This looks fun. Let me do it." And then,
so we're just both throwing rocks at him. Miley tried and missed.
She missed once, then she hit a second.
She tossed once, missed, and then just gave up, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
So it was just me and Dragor throwing rocks at this person, at this abomination. And every time it was just hit on the back of the head, gets up, hits on the back of the head, gets up, hits on the back of the head.
They forgot the one moment.
Where he, like, looked around, saw the one miss him, and thought, okay, it was safe, got up, hit on the back of the head.
What happened at the end? He was...
You're the dungeon master, you say it.
He was... Look, I know I did this for comedic value, but also because I have a feeling if I don't stop it, this would probably go on for another hour. So, what I did was, after in-game, I'm assuming about 5-10 minutes in-game. Not actual. I think in real life it was like a minute or two. But in the... I'm assuming in D&D world, it was probably like 5 or 10 minutes when they were doing this.
Yeah.
And eventually the thing said, fuck it, and he just slit his own throat and killed himself.
Which makes it even more intense because the entire time of the fight, they were always going, kill me, kill me.
But also saying some fucked up shit too.
And then this one's just like, I can't take it anymore. You guys were laughing. I think it's one of those things where it's funny, but like, it's amazing. Yeah. But like, it's one of those things where like, if you were there in person, it was probably the best thing you've seen. Yeah.
Because you guys were laughing so hard. You know how hard you were? You and Andre, and also Vivi. You guys were laughing so hard that there was a moment when your mouths were open and you were making the movement, but no sound was coming out for a good 20 seconds.
We were turning basically red, both of us.
Yeah. That's a good laugh. When you open your mouth and no sound has been coming out for a good minute.
It's kind of like when we had that good scream. We played the other day we played SCP with the old asshole of ours from school.
He's not an asshole.
Yeah.
He's our asshole.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like, we're all assholes, but he's our asshole.
Yeah.
But he's a good guy. We just like calling each other assholes.
Yeah. So we played SCP Containment Breach at my house.
Let's call him Duncan.
Yeah. And so Duncan decided, hey, let's play this version because it's the older version, has more stuff.
So we closed the blinds, turn off all the lights.
It was in the middle of the day, but it was like pretty dim in the house.
It was 5. It was cloudy and it was 5 p.m.
Yeah.
It was evening.
So we had the volume way high up and went downstairs to a basement in SCP.
Mm-hmm.
Now, in the basement, in one of the basements, there's a creature that looks like a big fucking lizard.
Looks like one of those giant dogs from Resident Evil.
Yeah. Or one of those Zool dogs from From
what?
The Zool dog from friggin' Ghostbusters, I think?
Yeah, Ghostbusters.
Yeah. Like, it's ugly motherfucker.
Yeah.
But it's blind,
horribly animated.
Yeah.
It does not age well. In the movie, but it looks good back then. It looks good here too.
Yeah, it's like creepy, but like at the same time, not well made.
It's like the size of a tiger, if not bigger.
Yeah, we'll say probably
a tad bigger.
Yeah.
I'd say a tad bigger.
Probably the size of a lion.
I think the size of a lion, but like the girth of like something bigger.
Mm-hmm.
Go on.
So it's walking around. Now it's blind, so it can't see when you're in front of it. But if you make noise, it'll come after you at the speed of light.
Doesn't it like replicate human sound too?
Yeah. So you can hear voices going, "Who's there? What was that? Hello?" So you can hear these sounds.
So that thing was that's meant to like draw you in, right?
Yeah, it's supposed to draw you in, draw you closer. So we're laughing about it, saying, "Oh wow, that's really close. We should probably stay away from it."
You're making so many jokes saying this fucking thing, whatever, you know, suck my proverbial asshole.
And then out of nowhere, we just all went silent
because we
lost it.
We heard a couple footsteps.
We heard a couple footsteps, but we weren't sure if it was ours or its.
It sounded out of place. So we're like, and a good 20 seconds.
Everything went silent. We just sat there looking in one direction. Now, I gave the keyboard to Vince, but I still had the mouse. So he was controlling the movement, but I was controlling camera direction.
Mm-hmm.
So we froze and sat there.
For 5 seconds at least.
Who's there? We turned around. Ah! It was right there in front of us.
That Mike.
Rest in peace, Mike.
Of course, we laughed immediately after.
Oh yeah, after we had that euphoria of just the scare, we all screamed like girls. But the moment we had that scream, we all burst into laughter. Like, wow, that was good.
Because it was because all our screams were perfectly timed. It wasn't one screamed and the rest followed. It was just all at the same time.
Yeah, we just turned around. Who's there? Ah! Yeah. At once.
Oh man.
That was I diverted from Dungeons and Dragons, but that was such
that's
a good
fine.
story.
That's fine. It's no problem. We're just talking about what we did recently.
Yeah.
I guess we're going back to it because there's really not much we can talk about. We got like another 20 or so.
Yeah, so far.
We'll keep going. I obviously let's not make it to 3 hours.
Yeah.
But
this is our 12-hour long marathon.
So the one thing I want to talk about, or back to this, I think. Not a whole lot has happened in the village. You went. I will say your favorite moments are after, including the aisles, little in the lake, and no. We gotta talk about one thing. No, we gotta talk about one thing.
Oh God.
I gotta talk about you guys going to the cathedral first.
Oh no.
How. You guys were making checks, making sure everything's good, and you saw the ceiling destroyed. Basically,
it was kind of like one of those portraits, like
on the Sistine Chapel.
Yeah,
almost.
where it's just all these people doing all sorts of things,
gods and beings,
gods and angels, and
naked women.
Yeah, so many naked women.
Anyway,
so we did a perception check, and I rolled a critical fail, didn't I?
No, you rolled you didn't roll perception. You said no. You rolled perception first. You did fine. Mm-hmm. That's why I said you. Or investigation rather, and he said, and I told you it was this mural, and then there was a part of the mural on the ceiling that was kind of like broke, but it's kind of still in place to where you can probably figure it out. You try to make a history or religion check,
yeah,
and it roll a 1, and I think you were, I was like, okay, so you were looking at it, you're trying to figure it out. I'm like, damn, those are nice titties.
I tried rolling again and I got another crit fail.
Yeah, and then Dragor tries to come in. He gets a crit fail. He tries to be like, dude, come on. It's not that hard. It's wow, those are really detailed tits.
And I tried to roll again for perception or something like that, and I rolled another crit fail.
Yeah, you're trying to take down. First of all, you're trying to take down these notes because I think you were trying to take down notes.
Yeah.
As for investigation, for like to see where these things came from,
Mm-hmm.
the abominations, and then I didn't. This isn't canon in the storyline, but I wrote a joke saying like he was so distracted that he was drawing the tits just so he can have something to remember the cathedral by.
Yeah.
And then Miley's like, what the fuck you doing, guys? Come on. And that's when you guys decided to stop.
Yeah.
Now here, Miley came in, and then she made the check. She got an 18. Then, that's when she told you guys.
Yeah.
Okay, I think
That's a really nice titty.
I think afterwards, you found, I think in the same cathedral, because it was a cathedral and learning center, you also found the most beautiful claymore.
Oh, God, yes.
The holy one, right?
Oh, the blessed claymore. Oh. Oh.
It's good, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
And I think you found a few other things, like just basic armor and whatnot. Then you made it to one particular island that they have nicknamed...
Waifu Island.
They've nicknamed it Waifu Island. So here's what happened. So they arrived on that one session was just figuring out. You guys didn't make any combat at all, right?
No, we didn't do any combat that one.
I think you're about to, but then you stopped.
Yeah.
And then that's where we. It was mostly investigation. Now that I think about it. And
sometimes the best D&D sessions are with just investigation.
Mm-hmm. I always add in like at least a little bit of combat, rather it be like something simple as like a full-on combat thing or just a bar fight or whatever. As long as a little bit, I always add a little bit, just a little bit. But so they nicknamed it Waifu Island. So let's see. You arrived. Oh, I forgot to mention. What were these islands like to you?
The first two were terrifying. They were like ghost towns.
No, all the islands were ghost towns. Remember?
Well, the first two were.
Yeah, those were more evident.
And then the third one was the cathedral, right?
The middle one was a cathedral.
The middle one was a cathedral, and then the
like
one at the edge was Waifu Island.
Yeah, it was a ring. Then it was like an island in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
The larger island was in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then didn't Dragor get scared by a rat?
He did.
Oh wait! Before we move on to Waifu Island, let's talk about how you broke the most beautiful whiskey bottle of all time.
Oh no, that was torment. That was absolute torment.
Giving you guys a heads up, Vunar is a bit of an alcoholic.
I drink to forget, but I always remember.
You drink to remember, and when you want to forget, you still drink. That's basically... Okay, so here's what happened.
drink to forget, I drink to remember. I drink to live.
So here's what happened, right? As they're investigating the first island, the first few islands were the most developed islands.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, what was the story again? I think it was because it was an expansion of Rose Lake, and then all of a sudden the plague hit. What is that?
This donut is pumpkin spice.
Yeah, she added a few, didn't she?
I don't think she did.
Oh wait, I think she grabbed one by accident.
Oh well.
Or maybe no, because maybe there was one in the bunch, and then she just grabbed a handful of chocolate or whatever, and there was probably one that was in there.
Distraction. Anyways, go on.
Anyway, so so in this, yeah, what was it? Right, it was an expansion of Rose Lake, and it was doing okay until the plague hit, and then they were on their own. Then people got sick, and they fucking died, and nobody went back to the island because they thought it was cursed. Because it's not good. Let's not do that again.
Yeah,
essentially. And the first island, it was depressing and dark, and obviously scary.
And this story made it even more depressing.
Because the water on Rose Lake, whatever, in the large lake, it was pretty cool. It was perfectly clear. Whatever we got, the closer you got, it was like the ocean to the islands. It was just pitch navy blue. Dark water. You cannot see the bottom. It's cloudy. It is fog, and you were like, "Huh."
Death.
Yeah. Okay, so I think after a few investigation, Dragor got scared by a rat. Well, the rat were like the size of like a small dog, like a corgi, which is horrifying to think about.
But it was a rat nonetheless.
Yeah. Then you were walking around the other areas. You found, and there was a part of a broken bar where the roof caved in the middle, and there was like rocks and timber, or whatever, and you had to climb over it.
And the very top of the top shelf of the bar was this bottle of whiskey.
Which, by the way, whiskey, rye,
Finally
whatever,
aged.
does not expire at all. It
It
just
ages so well.
It was a large bottle too.
So no matter how old it was, that only made it better.
So here's what happened, right? You wrote a few good times, right? It was a
Yeah.
basic whatever.
Like, you know, good acrobatics or athletics, something like that to get up.
Athletics, because you have to pull yourself up. Eventually, you got over the one part, and I said, all right, you got to make one more acrobatics, right? Because you have to climb up, then over.
Yeah.
But then the last one, it was a crit fail. And you want to say what happens? Because this is your part.
Mm-hmm.
So what happens is he tumbles, he falls, he lands on the bar itself, and he hits it so hard the rest of the part shakes, and he looks up. You won't want to take the premiere.
I look up, and there's the bottle of whiskey.
Shaking.
It teeters off of the edge of the counter, off the edge of the shelf, and falls. How could this happen to me?
I think Miley saw you cry, I think.
Yeah, I cried. I cried so hard.
But it's okay, you found a barrel of rye afterwards.
Yeah.
But then again, it was destroyed right at the recent... it was destroyed recently.
I didn't even get to take a sip.
You instantly got into battle mode the moment it was destroyed. Oh wait, no! In the same thing, in the same part, you stole money from the register, and Dragor asked you, "Where'd you get that money?" Remember?
From what?
Remember in the campaign, you found extra money, and then I asked you, "Do you want to share it with the group?" And you said, "No, I'm keeping."
No,
it.
I thought that was Dragor that did that.
Oh yeah, right. It was the other way around.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah. Dragor stole the money.
Yeah, Dragor. Sorry. Yeah.
I was about to say I don't do that. I'm a paladin.
But you still drinks.
Yes, a lot.
I don't steal money.
I just drink heavily and lust over women.
Steal the drink.
And lust over titties.
So yeah, Dragor found the money. I asked him. Here's the thing. I asked him, "Do you want to split it amongst the group?" I didn't even ask him, "Do you want to keep it?" He instantly said, "No, I'm keeping it." And then you heard something, and you were talking, and I was like, "Hey, is that like? Did you steal that?" And he's like, "No." He rolled a really bad roll. It was like a 5, and I told you to make a insight check. You rolled a 1.
No.
Yeah, you rolled a 1. You were like, "Oh, okay," and then you just kept going.
I have the worst luck with rolls.
You have the will eaten die curse.
And then we go back to Waifu Island.
Wait.
What was the introduction to it?
Okay, so you walk in the island. What happens? You land on the island, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it was a smaller island. It was just basically like maybe a few people had a cottage here and there, but like they were mostly destroyed.
Yeah.
It was basically an expansion of like private living areas, but like it wasn't finished because the main part was obviously infected.
Mm-hmm.
So what happened there is as we kept moving forward, you heard like. I know you don't like this example. I know you don't like this show, but the best way I can describe it is like Pink Rose's hum. Because you gotta admit there is some good singing from Steven Universe.
Yeah.
Pink Rose is a good singer, but
Rose Quartz to me.
Yeah, Rose Quartz. Sorry, Pink Diamond. Ha! Who saw that coming?
Pink Diamond. Ha! Fuck you, spoilers. That was.
I want the Pink Panther to come in to take her. Anyway, I was gonna say, so you heard humming similar to like shows like that.
Yeah.
And then you walked closer and you found for the life of me I couldn't find the name of the race, but I later did like the last couple weeks ago. A Drider. And people who's never played D&D or anything like that, a Drider is basically I'm only gonna say this because I'm assuming a lot of people saw this. Monster Musume. If you see that one girl, Arachne, right?
Mm-hmm.
The spider girl. You know,
yep.
Bottom part spider, top part, female, and that's basically what it is. A Drider is a spider girl.
Mm-hmm.
So then, the moment that happened, you guys kind of broke through the brush, and she instantly turned around. She's like, "Who's there?" And then you guys were like, you guys had your weapon. You guys actually had your weapons ready just in case. And then all of a sudden, an arrow flies past your face, went. And then there was a few other people that were like essentially ready to fight you. Like, you know, hey, the fuck you doing? Don't come any closer, dog. I'm paraphrasing, of course.
Of course.
And
Of course, one of them is black.
No, I think it's just tan.
Oh man,
Yeah,
and we can't use that accent.
No, Raphael. Remember?
Yeah.
That's his name. Is Raphael.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there was a Fae, the woman with the wings, the blue haired girl. What was her name? Giselle.
Yeah.
Giselle. And then the Spider Girl was Grace. The humans were Samson. Oh fuck! What was the other guy's name?
You just said it.
No, the other guy's name.
Oh.
There was 3 humans: Samson, Raphael, and Isaiah. And best boy.
Best boy. The bestest of boys.
Hang on, I gotta lead into it. So Isaiah's a ranger, and when you're a ranger, you can have an animal familiar. And Isaiah's familiar is a black owl named, what's his name again?
Lockhart.
And everyone agrees that Lockhart is best boy in the entire.
Lockhart is best boy
in the entire campaign.
Lockhart is best boy.
So. Obviously, you got. Did you? No, wait, no. Drago was hiding behind you with the wand out, right?
Yeah, he was.
He was just like.
Yeah, he was panicking, and I was basically his meat shield.
Yeah, you instantly you actually pulled him out away from you, like.
Yeah.
You're like, no. If we're gonna fight, we're gonna fight. But obviously, you guys calm down. You calm the situation. They took you back to their place. It was a nice house. It's just that they had to.
And then that introduced us to Best Girl.
Oh, you mean Luna, right?
Yep.
All right. I think Drago or Andre will have to disagree with you on that because he thinks Grace, the Spider Girl,
Luna is Best Girl.
Luna's best girl. Okay, so I turned this little island into an island of misfits of people who don't really belong anywhere. Where
and yet he never watched Rudolph.
Who, me? No,
Yeah.
I have.
Oh, you have?
Yeah.
I thought you hadn't.
I just didn't care for it. That's the thing. I just don't care for it. I watched it a couple times as a kid, especially in class. Obviously, when I was in elementary school, but it wasn't my favorite. I was more of a Frosty the Snowman kind of kid.
Ah, Frosty, my boy.
Anyway, or the Grinch. Anyway, so this island was essentially like them finding a place, and it was just they were basically outcasts. So they figured might as well just outcast themselves and be together as a friends / family. So as they walked into their house, there was a girl sitting on the bar and she was reading. Obviously she was familiar with the guys that the human guys. So they walk in, she waved at them, she was about to say something, then she saw you guys and she instantly freaked out. She flew behind the counter and then
was like holding a knife and shaking or something like that.
Yeah, she had it right here. She was just like she was behind the counter. And then if you try to look over, she had the knife right there. She's like, and they're like, oh right, forgot, sorry. This is Luna. All right, she's how you say shy. Yeah. Luna is a you want actually since this is your wife,
you explain it because you made her up.
Luna is a succubus. Of course, she has to go back to the dimension every now and again to survive. I think, and well, in this homebrew campaign, she can live in this dimension, but it's because the reason why she's an outcast is because she's super awkward, she's super shy, she's introverted, which is very weird for a succubus because succubuses are meant to be confident, they're meant to be charming, seductive, whatever. Luna doesn't want to be a succubus. She doesn't want to take men's life essence by like fucking them to death. She doesn't like that idea. But then when they found out she was like that, everyone told her to like, oh, well, if you're not going to be a succubus, then you might as well just kill yourself or leave. One of the two. I don't fucking care. And obviously she didn't really have any friends, so she just ran away. That's how she met Grace. And then that's how Samson and his crew met them. And
that is how Best Girl met Best Boy.
Lockhart?
Yes.
So, why? My question is, within like the first 10 minutes of encountering her, you instantly said Best Girl.
Yes.
Why?
Best Girl.
I need to know why though.
She's Best Girl.
Is it because she's shy?
Best Girl.
Is it because of her design?
Best Girl.
Is it because of her titties?
Yes.
Is it okay?
All of the above.
Okay, it's the fact that she's an outcast as compared to like. To be fair, I've always liked those kind of characters where like they're supposed to be one thing, but they're the opposite of what they're actually are. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's how you met her. I think you spent a night with them. Yeah, you spent a night with them.
Yeah, we spent the night with them.
Raphael was flirting with Vivi.
That didn't work out so well.
No. I think. He got pranked a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I remember one time, right when you guys were leaving, Raphael tried to hug you or try to hug Miley, and Miley gave him that side hug.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you don't know, guys, that side hug means I'm obligated to do this, meaning I don't really like you all that much. I'm just doing it because I feel bad for you.
It's the
side
ultimate way to waste someone.
Yeah, it's just like, oof. It's Roblox, oof. It's like the friend zone. Think like this: friend zoned without saying anything.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that. And then
You are peeking the mic by doing that.
Sorry. So then Isaiah gets a full blown hug because she actually likes talking to Isaiah because her and Isaiah took the first watch that night, and they had a nice conversation.
Spent some time with Best Boy.
Yeah, Lockhart was just sitting there, and then I guess they were arguing with each other because they like to play around, and Raphael just was like, "What the fuck?" And then as Isaiah was hugging Miley, he looked at him and he started doing the Star-Lord,
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know how this machine works.
Yeah. That just flipped them off. And then that's you went to the more horrifying island.
Oh god.
afterwards. I have to bring this up so that way we can bring up the last part.
Yeah.
So you went to this larger island, which is meant for more of a not really noble, but more people with like more influence, like power, money, magic, stuff like that. And obviously there was houses there, similar, but they were not finished. Obviously people died, and you saw this large, perfectly shaped, not even touched by weather mansion. And you guys were like, "That's suspicious. Let's go take a look." And then this one dude enters the door, and he was very off-put by you guys coming in, or rather, he was off-put by your presence, and he's like, "I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to go now." And you and Dragor essentially just forced your way in.
Yeah.
And then when you pushed against him, the little figure just went whoosh, gone.
It was a hologram, basically.
It was essentially a hologram. It was some sort of like illusion of some kind. And the door locked with the high powerful magic, which you guys were not prepared for. And then you met doll soldiers.
Yep.
Which is the greatest thing of all time.
Which is the most terrifying fucking thing of all time.
They were like anatomy dolls with like human faces.
Yes.
Yeah, essentially.
Like those draw me Chan, like the posable figures.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I said. The anatomy dolls. That's what they're called, I think.
That's what they're called?
Yeah, I think they're called anatomy dolls. But they're the same thing like that. They're like that, but then they have like porcelain hands and faces, but they're like human-like almost. So that was fun fighting those things. Weren't they? You froze one. You guys froze one, remember?
We froze one, but we didn't break it. It did like a kamikaze, like call for help.
Yeah, he was like, "Oh, that's not fair." It's like, that's cheating. You guys cheating.
My basic reaction was like, in Pirates of the Caribbean, when the first movie, when the guy gets a bomb stuffed in his ribcage and then gets pushed back out of the moonlight.
Yeah.
No fair.
Yeah.
That was it.
That sucks.
That was my reaction right there. Was just no fair.
And you guys had to hide.
Yeah, and I am crap when it comes to hiding.
Yeah, because you're wearing heavy armor. You guys made it. You guys fought a few of them. You had to do a puzzle.
Nearly wet myself.
The puzzle wasn't bad. It wasn't hard. It was just a little bit time consuming, but it was
nightmare fuel.
Yeah.
So we finished up with that day of campaigning.
Quick.
Hang on. We finished up that day of campaigning, and we said, you know what? After this, we need something like relaxing. And then it was either you or me. One of us suggested.
I joked saying, "What do you guys want? A beach episode? Obligatory beach episode?" I was joking, And everyone said yes. I thought they were joking, but they were insistent on having an obligatory beach episode.
With best girl.
It's just like, really? I was just joking. Sure, okay, why not? Okay, afterwards, I think we got back to the same session, or some different session, and we, you guys found dolls fell through a shaft that were exactly like you guys. Remember that? You kept it, didn't you?
Yeah, I still have it.
Oh yeah, you guys still have it. You wrote it down, didn't you? I think so.
Yeah.
You did. I think you did. I think everyone did. You guys were both you were both impressed and creeped out at the same time.
I really wanted to take the Dragor one and just like, I wonder if I twist his neck if anything happens.
You hear him go, you just sneeze. It's like, whatever. And then you avoided a boss fight, surprisingly, towards the end.
Yeah, I didn't think we would actually.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting. Yeah, the moment okay, here's the thing. I knew you guys were, at first I thought you were about to fight the boss.
Yeah.
Because you instantly said, when the last room, you said, let's kick down the door. That's what you said. Let's kick down the door and fuck shit up. And I was like, you're gonna fight the boss, aren't they? Like, I'm like, oh, they have no idea.
Oh god. And then we like convinced the last guy behind that door.
The scientist.
Yeah. Not to fight us.
Yeah. Yeah, because he actually didn't care, because he was with the group that was behind all this. But he wasn't really with them. He was just with them because he wanted to save his daughter. Because his daughter got sick, and he transferred her soul, or her consciousness, into a doll. And he has her body in some sort of like stasis, where she's still sick, but she's not dead. You know what I mean? Like a coma. But the girl doesn't think she's a doll, or the girl doesn't know that she's a doll. So that's the reason why. And then
that's like some Full Metal Alchemist shit right there. That is terrifying.
But the group told him like, hey, we can fix your daughter as long as you help us.
We can rebuild her. We can make her better.
And then that giant suit of armor in the corner was not just a giant suit of armor. Actually,
it was a golem.
It was a golem, a conscious one actually. And I told you guys the stats because you didn't fight him, and you guys, the look on your guys' faces was just
horrified.
Yeah. Yeah, of course this one I used Iron Golem for this one, but as a base. But again, it was homebrew. Because I think the one thing you guys were like concerned about the most, besides his attacks or his sword, was his the skill I made called was it Weary Breath? Like a poison breath sort of thing, but it wasn't about poison. It was where if you fail the Constitution, you'll have a disadvantage on your next attack, and that was fun. And I imagine failing that every time.
Because my rolls suck, so that would have been terrifying.
You guys would have been dead.
Yeah, we would have been dead.
You'd be dead.
So after that, we really needed the beach episode.
You got the beach episode. It was a nice episode. Everyone got along. Don't forget.
Best boy.
Don't forget. The bestest of boys. Go on.
The best boy.
Somehow, some way, there was a lifeguard post that wasn't there before on the beach. And guess who was the lifeguard?
Best boy.
Guess. Say it.
Lockhart.
He even had the little floaties and a
little spot of sunscreen on his beak.
Yeah. He blew the whistle.
And when one of us was like drowning because someone hit us with ice, I wonder who, the ice dragon maybe? The ice lizard?
Yeah, you kept calling him lizard.
Yeah, they call him lizard.
Yeah.
That's racist.
It's kind of super racist. It's super racist.
So I got hit by a chunk of ice from him.
It was essentially like this. Think of like it's a snowball, but like there was some chunks of ice in there, which did hurt.
So I got hit by that and like fell into the water.
So
Lockhart went flying, blowing the whistle and throwing a life preserver in the water. Best boy.
You were confused by that.
I was confused, but I did not complain because that was beautiful.
And then, I decided in the same episode, why not have the festival episode as well? The obligatory festival episode, which you guys did have fun.
We did. I won a prize for Luna, which was fun.
It was a necklace. It was a little necklace. And then,
Draghorn.
Yeah, because it was Draghorn's. Okay, I had to bring this one up. Okay, this one has to be probably one of my favorite moments in the whole episode, in that whole.
I really hope someone actually animates this one because this is like a.
It probably won't be
amazing
for a
one.
while.
Yeah, it won't be for a while, but I hope this one actually
So
gets animated one day.
Dragor was as a white dragonborn, and Luna, not Luna, Grace, the Drider girl. She was a black spider body with like pale pink skin and dark pink eyes and like long white hair. She was a nice girl. She got all dressed up, whatever. So Dragor wanted to saw you win a prize for Luna. And he's like, I want to do the same thing for Grace, right?
Yeah.
Because to him, Grace is best girl, and it was one of those games where like you had to toss a ball at a set cans, and like it was separate stands of cans. You had to knock all of them down, right? Mm-hmm. So he knocked the first 3 down. He knocked the first 2 down actually, no problem.
Yeah.
And then the second 2, the next 2, he has to do this 5 times. The first 2, no problem. The second 2, he was whiffing, he was missing, he was fucking up.
And then on the fourth one, and the fifth one, you mean?
Yeah, the guy, the shopkeep guy that was managing the game, he was smiling at that, and then he rolled a critical failure actually in the last one. And then all of a sudden, you see the shopkeep get hit by the ball. He went and is knocked out on the floor. And then Grace was like, let's go.
And she used her spider web and like grabbed the prize. And
Yeah, it was a giant teddy bear.
Yeah.
And he just, let's go. Yeah, I forgot. And eventually, I think you two walked past him and it was empty. You guys were confused, and you hear a guy go. Oh.
And wasn't mine like the hammer with the bell?
Yeah, the standard hammer with the bell.
Yeah, the
Almost,
classic.
I said you rolled an 18 and you almost dented the bell. Yeah, essentially what you did.
I just imagine the person in charge of that one like, what the fuck? That's an elf. How did he do that?
I think Vivi and Vivi or Miley, her and Isaiah spent some time eating some desserts together. They're having a nice time. It was a nice little date for them. Mm-hmm. So that was nice. Overall,
and then of course there was always best boy.
Mm-hmm. I think afterwards you did a little side quest, right? With because you wanted your own golem, or rather, Dragor wanted his own golem.
Yeah, Dragor wanted his own golem.
Hello, phone.
If it's important, they'll call me on mine.
Yeah, I doubt it. It's whatever. Anyway, so he called you. Not he called you. So you guys wanted to get your own golem.
Yeah. And
you did. I think we should cut this.
We should cut it soon, but we should tell our meme of the story before we go.
They named this real quick. I will say they named this Iron Golem. He's a party member now. He's a part of them. He's like a familiar for Dragor. But again, all this is homebrew, so none of this is official. I just want everyone to have fun in case there's any D&D analysts out there.
Anal.
Anal. Yeah, there's really hardcore people like, well, what's your alignment? No, you can't do that because your character's alignment is.
Your character's an elf, so he can't be doing this strength stuff. He should be more dex.
I'd be like, this is where I'm like, I honestly, personally, okay, real quick, I think alignments can be fun, but I also think it's stupid, if that makes sense.
It's limiting.
It's not really limiting. It can be if you want to be. It can be fun within the right campaigns. But personally, I feel like some people tend to like not. This doesn't happen all the time, but I feel like some people tend to. Oh shit!
Yeah,
you good?
Knock someone. Sat back and knocked someone over.
Oh, that's fine.
Got it.
So my question is like, not my question is like, I don't like when people choose an alignment and then somebody in the party is like, no, you can't do that because of this. It's like, you're not my character, so you have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. And that's how people start fights. It does start fights, and that's the reason why I think alignments are kind of stupid. Also, I feel like you could still be a good person but make horrible decisions, or either make
like joke decisions, like with stealing that teddy bear.
Yeah, but I think it all depends on the situation. Like for example, you could be the most holy person, but if you're within a let's say you're in the evil king's capital city, and you're questioning somebody, and there's no one around, and you know if you let this guy go, he will tell. You may be the holiest person on earth, but you have to kill this person because they're gonna fucking tell. and you don't want people to find out that you're in the city trying to kill the king.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's all situational. I don't want people to be like, no, your character can't do that because they're chaotic good. It's like, I don't fucking care. If we're find out we are getting anally fucked by ogres. Ogres.
This is my swamp.
Exactly. You know, ogres in D&D are like 10 feet tall. Yeah.
He roars his mighty roar.
Yes. So like, I feel like decisions are situational.
We should go back to the golem so we can get through the
Yeah.
rest of this portion of the story.
I was gonna say real quick. I'll make one final note about alignments. That's why in 4th edition they got rid of it entirely. In 5th edition they brought it back, but it was more like flexible. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So overall, I don't really. You can choose alignments so I can figure out what your characters are like, but I will not restrict you to your alignment because that's bullshit. Anyway, golem.
So we were trying to figure out a name for it, and then suddenly I remembered a video that Vince showed me.
Yeah.
Well, who was it by?
It's by the channel Super Best Friends Play. Love their stuff and watching their stuff. Actually, I was in middle school. Actually,
Was it Dark Souls 1 or 3?
Dark Souls 1, because they were fighting the Iron Golem, surprisingly. And they had one of them because one of them has played the game before, and the other one hasn't. So Woolie's the guy that's playing it, and Pat's the one that has played the game multiple times before, and this is with him just to play.
And he's saying to get past the boss really easily, just do this.
No, because like there were people in the comments saying like, you shouldn't summon because summon's a pussy way out on fighting bosses. But people were like, but make sure Willie summons Black Iron Tarkus. And I think we can insert the clip in here a little bit, right?
Yep.
Can we do that?
I'll have it up here right about now.
Just take a look. Tarkus! Tarkus!
No.
Tarkus!
No way.
Tarkus!
No way! Wait, come on!
Tarkus! Tarkus!
Oh, fuck! Yo!
And that's probably one of the greatest things I've ever seen in my entire life, isn't it? It's
What is going on?
like Iron Tarkus can stun the boss, right?
And knock back.
Yeah, and if the boss is at the edge of Zen's fortress, at the very top, he can push the boss off and instantly kill him, which did happen. And they were thinking of a name while they created their own golem, and they said, say the name, say it. Say the chant.
Tarkus! 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 No way!
It's probably the greatest thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
So now we just have our own personal Tarkus.
Yeah, they call him Tarkus. And I don't blame him because Tarkus it's actually a really good name. I actually like that name.
Yeah, it's a fun name, and Tarkus is such a bro.
Would you name if you lived in like a fantasy modern setting here, would you name your kid Tarkus?
Probably.
Yeah, imagine like they join basketball or football, and imagine the entire crowd saying that name.
Just in the middle of a football game, you're running down to the end zone. Tarkus! Tarkus! Tarkus!
Yeah, it's the greatest thing of all time.
So we used Tarkus to get through another boss, and it was then that Vince started to like discuss like what you think the end game's gonna be, and who the final boss is gonna be.
No, real quick, before we get into that, you saw how powerful Apollo was.
Oh, God,
right after you made right after you made
Apollo's the evil organization, kind of like any Pokemon evil organization in any game.
Think of Team Rocket, but worse.
Team Rocket, but add cancer
and a little more rapey vibes.
Yeah,
and you're good to go.
Exactly.
They almost flung Tarkus off the stairwell. Yeah, no problem either. They just did it. And not to mention, you fought the illusionists afterwards. The reason why I bring this up because it leads into that topic.
Yeah,
because it was the same session. They fought the illusionists, which is one of the members of Apollo. This is when everybody found out their end game goal, which was to create the perfect soldier, to combine elements, whether it be metal or crystal and man, together and form this like perfect soldier. That way they can conquer all of the known world. And on the way down to the prisoner room to free people, they encountered the illusionist. As much you guys try to avoid fighting him, but he fucked up the room to where every time you open any doors, it always leads back to him.
Deja vu, I just been in this place before. Higher on the street, and I know it's my time to go.
And then you guys had to fight him.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got PTSD.
Yeah.
Because the illusionist had set skills to where he will make you see things that you don't want to see.
I don't want to remember
you
this.
don't want to fight. So anyway, after that, you guys, Tarkus killed him.
Mm-hmm.
Hella killed him.
Oh, he murdered him.
He stabbed him and threw him against the wall.
He stabbed him with his gun.
With the gun. The blunt end.
Yeah.
Is there a sharp end to a gun? I don't know.
He just like impaled. Tarkus impaled the illusionist with his metaphorical schlong.
And then just flung him.
Yep.
And man, that was great. And then afterwards, you freed the people. You met up with Giles, which is
we had a council scene afterwards.
We didn't do that. We didn't do that. But and Giles told you everything. And then he told you that the leader, they only know nicknames.
Mm-hmm.
Besides the recent members, which is Elizabeth, and that's it.
Yeah.
You don't know anybody else. So afterwards, we finished the campaign. We didn't finish the campaign. We finished the session there.
Mm-hmm.
And we were on our way home. Because essentially we carpooled. Essentially is what we did.
Yeah.
And we're just talking about how it's technically it's an episode. This episode was actually more interesting, how more fun it was. And how you found out that the illusionist was the weakest member of the entire organization.
Oh, I had to clench there. Sorry.
Yeah, you guys were like, he's weak? Huh? that was fun. And then that's when I asked the question, like, who do you guys think is the Fallen King? Like, who do you think it could be? Or
so we each gave like a little response, like of who we probably encountered that could have been it. Like one of us thought it was Giles, but he's too good a guy.
That'd be interesting. I gave Vivi props. I was like, I didn't really think about that. That's actually a good one.
Another one was saying like, oh, it could be this person, it could be that person, someone we've encountered before, and you said
one of you joked Lockhart.
Yeah, one of us said it was Lockhart the entire time.
One of you said it was a joke. You said maybe it's Lockhart, and everyone was laughing in the car, and then
so we just like made up this metaphorical example where we encounter the Fallen King, where at the end of the battle, he stands up and says, "Before you fight me, you should know who I really am."
Takes off mask.
Woo!
Yeah.
Woo!
And everyone was like, holy shit.
It was Lockhart the entire time.
I also brought up changelings in the car too, randomly. Mm-hmm. And we were talking about how cool they were in D&D world.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys were like, man, I wish I was a changeling. It's like, man, I'm not the real person. I think Andre said that, man, I'm not a real person, as a joke. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, and then Andre takes off his mask. He is Lockhart the entire time. I think that's the meme within the campaign.
That's our own personal meme right there.
It was Lockhart the entire time, where anyone who takes off their mask is actually Lockhart.
It's like a Scooby-Doo villain. They're removing the mask. It's Lockhart. Woo woo.
It's just like, oh shit,
Lockhart, my boy. I don't think much happened at the console. It was more personal. It was kind of like in Star Wars Episode 3, where it's like the council is listening to this one person talk about how they should get all total control. Hey, Palpatine, what should we do with all this raw beef?
Let's do it.
And so we basically did that, but each person had their chance to say why they should have the entire council, fight this war that's about to happen.
Yeah, because they have close ties to other kingdoms.
And it was hilarious because it was like Miley had a very soft I think that this is something that we should all be a part of.
Wait. Don't talk about the part at the beginning where the Duke introduced you guys to the council, and then you guys were
Oh,
You guys
we were
were-
doing Rochambeau to figure out who was gonna go first.
And then you hear one of the guards of the council members start laughing, and everyone's like, "What are you laughing at?" It's like, he's just like, "We're gonna fucking die."
So Miley goes first, and she's giving a small speech about what she saw and how she thinks that this could really affect all the other nations.
Dragor talks about how his pursuit of knowledge led him
Mm-hmm.
here, and how, as much as he loves knowledge, this one's very forbidden, and he thinks he can learn a lot through this war.
And then Vunar was saying, I know what Gasor is capable of, and this could easily destroy everyone.
Mm-hmm.
And there was one point when someone was saying, oh, economically, we can just rise again. Our country in
No,
this
no, it wasn't that. It was the fact that they one of them just got through an economic crisis. Why the fuck would they help you, essentially?
And I basically went, to hell with the money if there's no world to live in. Or no world to spend it in. Something like that. It was like Miley was so simple about it, so calm, so level-headed. Dragor was like, how the hell do I say this kind of stuff? I don't know what to say here. And then I was like passionate about it. And Tarkus was doing Rochambeau against a wall.
No, with the retainer.
Oh yeah.
And he kept winning.
Yeah.
I think I told you the count was like 21-0. Like you saw a vein popping in the retainer's neck. She's like,
yep.
Essentially.
But yeah, it was funny because it was like the levels of D&D in a nutshell. We have the person who's just, calm about it, knows what to say, knows the right stuff to say. We have the person who's like, I don't know what to do. What do I do here?
Essentially, it was like, I don't know a whole lot about what's going on, but I know that this sort of knowledge can destroy shit.
Mm-hmm. And then there was me, like, with a really, like, passionate speech that went on for, like, 10 minutes?
I'd say, like, 5-10 minutes.
Yeah.
In game, I'd say it was probably, 10-15 minutes. But, yeah, go on.
And so, yeah, that was fun.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's definitely one of...
and that's all caught up
Yeah.
with the campaign.
I will say, though, it is definitely fun in D&D when you actually, like... when you put yourself into the character's shoes and get passionate when it comes to, like, speeches or, like, personal things.
I'd say, at the very least, like, you don't need acting classes to play D&D, but it does make a difference. I'd say, like, if you've taken any sort of acting classes or if you did any sort of plays, like, that does help to an extent.
Yeah.
Because you instantly got into character. Actually, there was a point to where I asked if you wanted to drink out of game, and you were still talking like your character, and I was like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Oh, sorry." Yeah, you were still stuck on that accent.
Yeah.
I was like, "We're not playing right now."
So is that all for now?
I think we should title this episode "Dungeons and Dumbasses."
Dungeons and Dumbasses.
Just to an extent. We're not wrong.
Mm-hmm.
we're not wrong. What time is it? How long have we been recording? We've
recorded for about 2.5 hours now, almost.
Jesus.
I think we should wrap it up for today.
I think we should bring up one last thing. Of course, it'd be like 5-10 minutes at most.
Yeah.
What can our lovely audiences expect from our new stuff? Hopefully before the year ends. Of course, hopefully more podcast episodes.
What I want to do, if I can get the right materials together, is to have us do at least one Let's Play of something before the year is done.
Okay. Here's the thing. Let's name off 3 games. Here, I think we can try, and if for some reason people are listening, just have them comment, and if they're not, we can decide within.
I think that
we'll still do these 3 games, but I feel like we would not do them right in the same present. So
we definitely need to do
Persona 5.
Persona 5.
All right.
We need to do Dark Souls because I've never played Dark Souls.
Dark Souls,
before.
yes.
And since it's coming out on Switch, it'll be perfect.
I'd say do it on your PC because you can add a mod to where it can go a little faster.
Really?
Yeah, you can do that. And you can plug in the controller if you want, and you're more familiar with the Xbox.
I'll need to get a capture card nonetheless for that.
Yeah, you have your Xbox One controller, so you'll be fine on that.
And then I think Persona, Dark Souls, and
more Persona,
definitely.
And
I'm kind of thinking that we should do either We Happy Few or Detroit Become Human.
That's interesting. I think we should do that around the winter time.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, because it's one of those scary ones.
Because they're both really recent, and they both kind of have like that mix of horror and like psychological thought.
What else can be like fun little things, whether it be Let's Plays or not? I think, of course, some fighting games would be kind of fun. What else can we do? I think Spider-Man would be definitely one of them.
Yeah, that's definitely one that we have to put on the agenda.
And then I guess whatever comes out, the dancing games. We can do the dancing games for Persona.
Oh yeah.
I think 5 or 3. I think 5 we would do the most because you don't know much about 3. I mean, I told you about 3, but you don't know anything. What else? Smash 5. Smash 5 is definitely.
Let me smash.
We should do a midnight release for that, actually.
And then, of course, we also have a personal favorite of ours. Thank you everyone for tuning in, and of course, now join us next time for when we do the 5,000 mile per hour fidget spinner challenge.
Jesus Christ, that peaked the mic. That hurt me. You might want to put ear rape as a warning.
5 million mile per hour fidget spinner castration. Here we go, boys.
Nothing says an honor like imitation. Jesus Christ, that peaked, and that actually hurt my ears. Fuck. Real quick, anything else? Maybe some live action videos, hopefully. But of course, we'll be wearing our masks by then, hopefully. Mainly because it's our character, it's our personas. No, obviously no pun intended. And or we don't want you to look at this. Yeah, we don't really. Yeah, we want to save you the trouble.
You are one ugly motherfucker.
You ever seen that episode of South Park when that one dude from Canada was so ugly that he had to put a bag over his face? It was like that.
Mel Gibson.
Oh, what else? I know I had something else. Oh, we can do definitely some coverage of gaming stuff, which will be on the podcast, of course. Besides Tokyo Game Show, which we'll probably do right after, hopefully. What else? We can talk about what we're expecting by of course, another Halloween episode. We got to make another Halloween episode because that's how we started. That's how we started, and it's been almost a year since we made one, and I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. I actually feel genuinely apologetic. That's why I'm actually doing that. But so
hey guys, I really fucked up, and I plan to do better in the future. Now let's make some dollar bills, y'all.
Exactly. But overall, I'd say maybe another episode afterwards talking about the Tokyo Game Show. One more on Halloween or before Halloween, and we can release it on Halloween, essentially, you know. And of course, we talk about because we were on episode 2. We talked about what we did in Halloween, right? And then we lost it thanks to college.
Yep.
College and work actually corrupted that file, and we couldn't. We only got the last 5 minutes.
Yep. And
there was no context to that at all, so we didn't want to upload that. And afterwards, I think another episode or 2 can be on, end of the year stuff and game awards.
Of course.
Yeah. We can. Hopefully, we can. Maybe. No, we shouldn't. No, we can't stream the game awards. But yeah, I think that's about it. Not much we can cover. Sorry for the late episode. Also, sorry for the...
We're more late than a furry fan base.
What? Does that... What?
I don't fucking know.
That makes no sense.
Exactly.
That makes 0 sense.
I don't know.
That makes Kelvin sense. You know what I mean by that? Kelvin.
0 degrees Kelvin.
Kelvin's a stupid thing. I mean, we still use it, kind of, but not really.
Centigrade, which makes no goddamn sense. Just Celsius.
So I mean, it's a whole science thing. I'm not gonna judge it. Anyway, hopefully, sorry, you guys can. Okay, sorry for everything about the whole wait. I hope this a little longer episode. I think.
Yeah, this episode was longer, but
I will say though, it's one of those things where I'm happy we can do this.
Definitely.
And I hope that this would help fill you in until the next episode. And again, we apologize for the wait. Hopefully you guys can still tune in and enjoy the next episodes. Hopefully you can enjoy our playthroughs once we get that started. It may take a while due to the fact that we're working and our questionable finance situation.
And we're kind of taking it up the butt.
In a way, yeah. But no pun intended. Sorry. Overall, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Thank you so much for listening. For those who are loyal, I don't think we have a subscriber at all, do we?
We have a few.
We have a few.
Like 2 or 3.
That's not bad. I'll handle that. Thank you for you 2 or 3 people out there. I hope you have a fun day. I hope you don't take anything we said seriously. It's all for jokes, for the meme.
For the lols, brother.
For the dankness. And
some up.
And overall, a lot of the stuff we say is just our opinions and or dark humor.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing more. Just because we joke about it does not mean that's how we actually feel. Just giving you a heads up. I feel like we should disclaim this, of course, in the description.
Yeah.
And of course,
Well, that's why we have the descriptions at the beginning.
See. Anyway, overall, thank you guys so much. Hopefully you'll see us the next episode, which is hopefully soon, right after the Tokyo Game Show. And as always, my name is Vincent.
And I am Meta.
Stay corrupted, guys. See you later.
Au revoir.
It's not.
Fidget spinner challenge!
I thought we were done. I thought you pressed stop.